Mm-hmm.
Celebrating what?
You know what we're celebrating today?
What are we celebrating?
Because we won't be we don't have a show on Sunday.
Right.
But on Sunday, he would have been 51. Biggie would have been 51 on Sunday.
He would have been 51. How about that?
Crazy, right?
Notorious.
Oh, happy birthday.
I was heartbroken when Big got killed, yo. I stopped listening to rap for a while. I did.
For real?
I did. I stopped listening to rap for a while. Nas, DMX. It was a couple years where I was out. I was heartbroken when Big got killed. And I hated Tupac too, because I felt like he was the reason for it. And then I started listening to Pac again. I was like, wait a minute, yo, this dude is fire. And then I started to come off of that. But for a long time, I had a lot of disdain for Pac, and I had a lot of disdain for rap, yo, because wasn't no reason for Big to get killed, yo. Pac neither. Wasn't no reason for that.
Real time.
No reason for that.
Well, here's the problem. When you go around acting a certain way, talking about certain things, that's the unfortunate possible side effect that you need to think about.
Hey, Fluent, man, it's good to see you back in the land of the living, brother. I saw you last night on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, but you two buffoons, this how y'all start the show today?
Oh, no, we're going to get it. No, I know what Ticket talking about. We're going to get into it 100%.
You two buffoons start the show with deflection tactics?
No, we're going to get into it, Chicken. No, we getting right to it. Let's get right to it.
Where did Biggie get
Hold on, wait, hold on.
LA.
Before y'all do any of that though, before we move on to any of these games or whatnot, Fluent, I need to holler at you.
What up, brother?
Hey, Fluent, you my man. I could not believe you said what you said last night. You know, I always tap in every Thursday. You know, Fluent and Chill is one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's a good show.
The San Antonio Spurs on the Dynasty, Fluent?
He did say that.
No. I said they are a dynasty, but when you take 7 years between titles, that dynasty ends. Your dynasty isn't forever. You can't go 7 years like the San Antonio Spurs. I use the Patriots as an example. 10 years between Super Bowls. That dynasty doesn't continue. It's
hold
not.
on, man.
You start another one.
This is what Mike Malone's stealing my lines for. Because y'all in here on some bullshit, man. We supposed to talk
no, let's I'm down. Hold on, Ticket. We're gonna get to a Ticket. We not bullshitting, Ticket. We're gonna get to it.
That's what he's talking about.
100%.
Bro, you ain't got no patience.
The biggest and the best. Listen to me. You can put that in your pipe and smoke it.
100%.
Like I said before, you understand? They all listening, baby. Hey, I'm at the top of this thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm at the top, baby. Hey, it feels so lonely at the top, baby. Because like I told y'all, man, all the big dogs, listen to Ticket. Y'all can troll me in the comment section. Troll. But the biggest of the best, they know who the Ticket is, baby. So like I said, these two buffoons coming here deflecting today. Because these two are the bus drivers.
Ticket, why are you saving Fluent right now?
These two are the bus drivers. These two are the bus drivers of buffoonery.
Justin Timberlake or Method Man splitting up the group, bro.
They're the bus drivers.
Everybody in here.
Hey, Bob.
That's exactly who he is. This is Bobby Brown right here. That's what this is. This is Bobby Brown right here.
Michael and you, Tito. No, Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Now look, since I got to make the stream right, let's talk about those jacked up 6-5 threes in a row that was taken in a game that was good. Because I'm going to tell you something. I ain't sold on the Denver Nuggets. Until they beat them 4 times, until you win the series, I'm not sold. So Mike Malone, you can say whatever you want to say. Until you beat them in the series, I'm not sold. So I need to see you stump a mud hole in their ass and walk it dry before I give y'all credit. Because like I said, the Lakers gave the game away once again. Chilltown, this is the greatest player you ever seen. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but jacked up 5 threes in a row
6.
From the end of the third quarter to the clutch of the fourth quarter and lost the game and missed every one of them. 1 of 20 from the 3-point line in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. Just absolutely disgusting. And once again, the team had a rhythm. You can't blame Roy Hachimura. He came all the way from Japan getting buckets. He showed up again. He's setting up to get a $100 million contract in the offseason. Can't blame Austin Reeves. He hitting threes off the glass from damn near half court trying to save the game. Can't blame Vandy. He was playing great defense. Darvin Ham sat him down when he should have put him back up. But I'm going to say this again. If the left one don't get you suckers, the right one will. Bro, AD is terry cloth. That means he's very soft because I hit Chilltown up in the first half of this game when AD was attacking a chest, taking fouls. AD got to the free throw line last night. He got to the free throw line 11 times and made 9 of them. Second half, late down the stretch, AD folded, started shooting fades, started drifting. The man was 4 of 15 for the game. That's disgusting. That's disgusting, bro. And then you got LeBron Ramon James, yo King Chilltown, the greatest player you have ever seen.
Damn right.
If he had anything left, he's supposed to have smart. He's supposed to have a brain. What does he do when the Lakers have a chance to really push the game out of control?
Mm-hmm.
He goes on a fast break at 38 years old with a fake ass foot injury, trying to do a reverse dunk and lose.
That was before he turned his ankle. Knock it off.
I'm talking about the fake ass torn tendon injury that he's supposed to have had, that he said that he went to the LeBron James feet of doctor to go get fixed. Yeah, that one. But you trying to do show dunks in a playoff game and you tricking up the game. Then you come back down. You miss a point blank layup.
That's definitely on Shaq in the Fool right there. Definitely.
You miss a point blank layup, which is Shaq in the Fool, to the one he missed right on the rim, Shaq in the Fool. Then you come to the air ball layup, miss that. What the hell is going on with LeBron James? If he was anything, you would think that he was smart. The Lakers had a good rhythm. They had a good flow. They were controlling the game, and LeBron gave it away.
And you know what? And you know what, Ticket? After all of that, here's some more facts. One, all Denver did was do what they were supposed to do: win two games at home. How did the Lakers look at the end of those games in Mile High, which we all know plays a little role on you? Yeah, they looked tired. They did look tired, but you had 2 close games in Denver that are supposed to dominate these Lakers. Everybody said that the Nuggets are way better than the Lakers. You don't think coming back home, back in LA, all the Lakers got to do is win their 2 games at home and do the same thing that Denver did. So until Denver wins a game in LA, we fine. I
agree with you. Hold on. I agree with you. I agree with you. Easier said than done, but only one problem that you ain't look at. LeBron and AD have both played 42 minutes the last 2 games. Every other day is the games.
So
they're going to be. No. Don't say so. Hold on. Don't say so. Hold on. Hold on. Chip. So don't say so because I'm gonna be realistic right now. Hold on. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not gonna be fake. I'm gonna be realistic.
Please.
He is 38 years old.
Okay.
He did hurt his ankle towards the end of that game. I don't know how bad it's hurt. And now you're asking him in less than 48 hours to potentially come out and play another 42 minutes, and those minutes are going to add up every other day on a 38-year-old man, which he's going to break down at some point. We've seen he's already was tired already. So that's all I'm saying. To me, I think that you let this series could have been won by the Lakers in game 1 and game 2. This would have been over with. But I think that LeBron James, man, his decision-making overall lost them this series already. But I'm not giving it to the Nuggets until they finish it. Because, like I said, the one thing the Nuggets got in their favor is they got youth, young guys, and they're playing every other day. You got to look at those minutes that LeBron is playing at age 38 years old. It's going to add up, bro.
I don't see him playing more than like 36, 37 minutes in the 2 games in LA. So not that whether that's a big difference or not, that's 6 or 7 extra minutes. You're right. 42 minutes, especially in Denver. Like I lived in Denver. It takes a while before you learn to catch your breath up there. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
How y'all doing, man? Sorry I'm late.
What's up, Damo? What's up, Damo? What's up, brother?
Listen. I'm listening to y'all go. And it's one thing I can't even. Yo, let's I feel like Ticket, man. I feel like Ticket, man. There's no way we not about to give these boys no slack. AD and LeBron played awful. AD played awful. LeBron should have been better. LeBron should have been smarter. I sat there and looked. I sat there and watched the game. And I will say this. Before I get talking any Lakers stuff, shout out Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray made me put my foot in my mouth. I sat there and doubted that boy sitting there. I sat there and doubted him being a true number 2. He showed me in 2020 he had it, but I was one of the people saying, oh, man, the boy, it might be a little bit of bubble in there. He's the real deal. He's a real deal number 2 to what should be the 3-time MVP. So I give him credit there. Shout out to whatever snitches in the chat that clipped me saying MPJ was a double agent and sent it to him because he's not playing like Jordan Poole. He's out there balling. He's out there like, y'all got these 6'4" dudes on me. Bet I'm going to cook them. There's no way I'm going to look at the Lakers, see us have 2 games where we're losing by less than 7 points, 6 points, 1 game where we're getting beat by 20. The next game we have the lead, blow the lead. We're playing in Denver. You got the altitude elevation, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's a factor. But there's no way you go out there. You dead have Austin Reeves and Rui putting up the games you need from those guys. You have them playing well. They're fighting. And you have AD going out there going 4 for 15. Now, yes, that defense was there. Yes, he still attacked and got to the line. That's how he finished with like 20 points, I want to say. He still finished with some points. So he was doing things you should do, but it was not enough. LeBron James, yet again, and I'm starting to put him on terrorist watch because this is starting to get crazy to me, how you are one of the smartest basketball minds I've seen in my life, how you are the greatest player that I've seen in my life, and yet you have these guys that and you can call it age, you can call it fatigue, you can call it whatever you want, but there's no way these guys that you know can't guard you, and we're settling for threes, bad threes, you're not hitting. You have not been hitting consistently all playoffs, and we're still falling back on the threes. Now you can sit there and come up with any excuse and explanation, whatever. Bro, you have to attack. There's no way you sit there, have these plays, you're taking possessions off, it seemed like, taking these dumb shots, it feel like, and then out of nowhere, you just get that burst to go to the rim and lay it up, go to the rim and lay it up. Now I get it. This isn't 2K. The fatigue isn't turned off. These guys get tired. I 100% understand. It is still frustrating watching someone as great as LeBron James was and still is go out there, and when it looks like it's play with his food. I can't sit here and try to give the Lakers this. I'm not going to sit here and play Mr. Optimistic with the Lakers. I understand it's a series. They still got to come back home. They still got to they got to come and win 2 games on our home court. Both of these teams are undefeated at home. I got to see them do it there. So am I still looking for my team to win? Yes, I got Lakers in 6. That means they have to lose 2 games, right? Now, did I think they were going to lose the first 2 games? No. I thought it'd be the typical split them at in Denver. We look last days ago, game 3, then we close it out. Now we're gonna, if we want it to be Lakers in 6, now we got to win 4 straight games, which is extremely hard. But if it is someone that can do it, is that man LeBron. If it is somebody that can do it, it's my Lakers. I'm not trying to sit here and take nothing away from the Nuggets. The Nuggets ball. They did what they were supposed to do. They made me put my foot in my mouth. I sat on this platform and said, as long as we can keep them from getting 130-something points, we got this. Light work. We got this. They're playing into our hand. They finished 103 points last night. It wasn't a situation where you had all their guys hitting, all their guys making shots, all their guys contributing. They still had guys playing well, but it's literally Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter saying, you know what? I'm that guy. I'm coming out here. I
don't even think Jokic scored in the fourth quarter, did he?
Nah, he's a train wreck in the fourth.
It was just Murray.
He's a train wreck, Chilltown, in the fourth quarter. Jokic, and listen, everybody keeps saying, the Nuggets just a better team, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. In my eyes, I don't think the Nuggets are the better team, bro. I think the Lakers are the better team. I'm just being honest with y'all. I think the Lakers don't gave these boys not 1, but 2 games because of bad decision-making down the stretch from players and coaches. Bad decision-making. And when I say that, they had full control of the game yesterday. And when LeBron started jacking up those threes, from that first 3 he jacked up, this man shot 5 straight threes and missed all of them.
Missed the Lakers are by far a better team.
Bro, that was
Can you get a message to LeBron? Ticket. Chill, can you get a message to LeBron to stop shooting damn threes and like 1 for 20?
Right.
I want to put this out there.
I almost snatched this TV off the wall last night.
They gave the game away, I don't care what nobody say, Chill. They gave the game away, bro. The way that game was going, the way Roy was scoring at will, the way the Lakers were playing defense, LeBron James was playing great defense on Jokic. I'm not lying, bro. That was a grit grind game. That was the type of game the Lakers wanted to play. It was a low-scoring game of this era. It was a low-scoring game. They just gave it away in the end. In the end, it didn't close, bro.
I'm telling you to tell him to stop shooting those threes. I'll let you go, Chill, in 1 second. I just got to say this because there's a faction of people who are in my comment section like every day beating me over the head that, about this. It's Jordan versus LeBron. I don't want to make it that debate, but I just want to quickly say, and they're like, in the playoffs, da-da-da-da. This is how bad his stretch is right now. In the playoffs, his 1 for 20 has now dropped him, LeBron James, for his career to 33% from 3 in the playoffs, which is 0.2 below Michael Jordan, who apparently couldn't shoot threes in the playoffs. That's how bad this stretch has been. So for you guys in my comments, I just want to show it out to you guys. he's no longer better in the playoffs. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'll start by saying that the 3-guard lineup that got scrapped, that was a great idea. Let's get rid of that. So we're not doing that, and that's not going to be a problem moving forward. Anthony Davis got the same looks in game 1 in game 2 that he got in game 1. He just did not convert. Now, to Ticket's point, he was playing harder. He did go after Joker early. And not only did he go after Joker early, I think they recognize that they don't have rim protection. Aaron Gordon ain't protecting the rim. Joker isn't protecting the rim. So getting downhill is not an issue. Taking Jamal Murray to the basket, taking Aaron Gordon to the basket, taking all of these guys to the basket, that isn't an issue because Joker's not protecting the rim. So they did do that. Now, at some point, and I'm not what I don't want to sound like is, and I know I do sound like it, but I don't want to sound like the get off my lawn kind of guy. When I was growing up, I watched guys come in I saw guys come in the huddle and say, can you score the rest of the points for the rest of the game? Don't worry about 22. I'll deal with him for the rest of the night. Why Darvin Ham went away from Vanderbilt at the 4th quarter blows my mind. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people will talk about, well, he doesn't give you anything offensively. That's not what I'm on the floor for, because I watched Dennis Rodman deal with Magic. I watched Dennis Rodman deal with great players offensively. You can have a specialist on the floor primarily deal with one guy in Jamal Murray. Joker was completely taken out of the game off in terms of scoring in the 4th quarter. As a facilitator, he was taken out of the game a lot. And the reason why he was taken out of the game a lot is because he was getting different looks. You had Rui covering him. You had James covering him. Tone, you brought this up yesterday about putting James on him. That was good, but it also looked like it was a detriment too, because we got James at the end of the game looking like he's gassed. He's smoking layups, and he's smoking layups that he normally makes. I think a lot of that.
I said the problem with putting that on is they will get tired playing defense, and you and I keep fighting about this. That's why you put your best offensive player sometimes not on the worst offensive player from the other team, is so that they can stay fresh. He's 38.
Now, and with that being said, that dribble action that both Joker and Jamal Murray have. If Anthony Davis could just show hard, if he could show hard and get back to Joker and make Jamal Murray be a playmaker, keep Vandy on him and make Jamal Murray be a playmaker and make him make tougher shots. Because let's be clear, guys, it wasn't like Jamal Murray was just getting open looks. Those shots he had last night, those are tough shots that he made. With that being said, if you could get Anthony Davis on that pick and roll, not just that pick and roll, but on that dribble handoff, if you could get him to show hard, get back quick enough, because I think he's quick enough to get back to Joker and have James rotate, because they did it one time, have James rotate and make these other guys be playmakers. Make Aaron Gordon be a playmaker. Make Jamal Murray be more of a playmaker. I think that you get these guys in the chokehold. Last night, that game was a game that could be had. To have Joker go, I think he went 23-17. I don't think, as bad as y'all say Anthony Davis played, again, he didn't make shots. He was on the backboard. He was at the rim protecting. He was absolutely doing those things. James, if I got to scream one more time, get off the long ball line. Please. You're going to make me nuts. Get off the long ball line. Anybody knows me knows that I'm a James guy. But, yo, if you get off the long ball line and create for other people, I also thought, which was important, they got D'Angelo Russell off early. Getting D'Angelo Russell off early, that kept him engaged in the game. The problem that we having is, down the stretch, we got to have that one guy to go, yo, you score the rest of the points, I'll deal with this guy.
So I want to ask everybody up here, I just want one reason. What do you think is the main reason that the Lakers lost last night? Marz?
Denver don't lose games at home. They're a better basketball team than the Lakers. Normally when you play a team that's better than you, you probably lose.
It's not that simple, Marz.
It's pretty simple.
Everybody up here said, well, Bob said it, Fluent said it. I think, Chill, you agreed that the Lakers are a better team. Marz, you think that the Nuggets clearly are a better team?
No.
Yes, the Nuggets are a better team than the Lakers. I didn't know that was something that was
I never said
controversial.
the Lakers are a better team.
No, I said the Lakers are a better team. I said they gave the game away. That's exactly what happened. The Lakers had them dudes befuddled. The Lakers opened the door for Jamal Murray to do what he did in the fourth quarter. Why? Because Darvin Ham changed the lineup, took the guy he had on him, and kept D'Lo in the game. That let Jamal Murray get loose. All them dudes was befuddled for the whole game. If you look at the quarters, the Lakers have truly outplayed them more quarters in this series so far. That's just honest. The problem is the Lakers have given the games away in the clutch, bro. And that has been the difference in the game. LeBron James has made horrible decisions to be a smart basketball player like he's supposed to be. He's made horrible decisions in not one, but 2 games. You got a 2-point game, 3-point game in game 1 with 2-point game with 3 minutes left. You jacking up threes with 3 minutes left.
My reason for it, you said you wanted one reason for everybody why they're winning is because of delusion like that. The Nuggets are a better team. People been doing this all year, making excuses why this is going to happen for the Lakers and why that's going to happen for the Lakers. I've told y'all three days in a row. The Lakers are outmatched from every aspect of the game. The Lakers are not going to win this series. They're not giving the games away. They're losing basketball games because they're playing a superior team. And for us to sit here and just keep trying to come up with reasons, well, if Darvin Ham will put Vandy here and make D'Lo do this and this and that, like, bro, it's the same thing we've been doing with the Lakers for decades, except for this time, LeBron James is 38 years old and he can't put this squad on his back like he used to be able to.
He don't have to.
This ain't the same. Hold on. Obviously, he does have to because last night. Well, listen, bro. Hold on, because last night Jamal Murray did it. Jamal Murray came out. He did it Jamal Murray came out in the fourth quarter and said, "I'm gonna throw my squad on my back." LeBron, you can't do that. He said, "LeBron, you can't." He said, "LeBron, you can't do that."
No. But no.
Jamal Murray can. Hold on, no. I'm not gonna stop. Let me get this off because I won't be able to talk again for 2 hours. Jamal Murray put the squad on his back like LeBron James can't do no more. They're outmatched, bro. We all watching the same games. I know a lot of people are still delusional Lakers fans.
We're not watching the same game because
how we not watching the same game? It's broadcasting the same. You just see what different eyes.
Here's why I can defeat that shit you just said. It's been
you can't defeat it because the Lakers can't defeat the Nuggets.
I'm about to kill you with facts right now.
If the Lakers can defeat the Nuggets, then you can defeat me. But they can't defeat. So hey, you can't do it. Nuggets in 5.
I promise you, I'm gonna kill you with facts right now. How many games have you seen the Lakers win this year without LeBron James closing? We've seen Lonnie Walker close games this year.
We're talking about the playoffs, brother.
Hold on.
Lonnie Walker ain't do nothing. Y'all want to talk about no. D'Lo gonna go over. D'Lo had 10 points last night.
No. But hold on one second.
D'Lo had 10 points last night. Y'all talking about he was going over.
But he did have 10. But he did have 10 points last night early, and he had 10 points last night early to get him going. That's not the problem. That's not him having 10. Him having 10 points.
You can't show up for 5 minutes and not do shit for the rest of the game.
Well, you can't. Because we haven't addressed this. We haven't addressed something. We haven't addressed something that's very important. We haven't addressed.
I'm clearly right, Fluent. They lost.
I'm not. Listen, they lost. You're not. You're right. They lost.
Did happen. They did lose.
Let's say something that no one has said yet, with maybe the exception of Marz. Denver is a very good team. There's a reason they're the number 1 seed. They have been the best team all season in the NBA. They've been the most consistent team all season in the NBA. They are a very good team. They have a better roster than the Lakers, and they've had that roster.
Why y'all disrespecting them?
I'm not. I'm giving them their.
Why y'all disrespecting the Nuggets making this about the Lakers?
They ain't done shit, nigga. They haven't done shit. They ain't done shit. What have they done? I'm gonna say it. What the hell have they done? What have they done? What has Jokic done? Has he ever been to an NBA Finals? Has he ever been to the Hold on. They haven't done a damn thing.
They haven't done a damn thing. Let me get this off because I got to go and then I'll be back. So let me get this off. I got 30 seconds left. So Denver has a roster that's been consistent. They've the better roster versus the Lakers. They are a deeper team, et cetera, et cetera. They are the better constructed roster. But you asked the question, why did the Lakers lose last night? Well, part of it is, Denver has a better roster, and they had a player who was making shots down the stretch in Jamal Murray. And we had this conversation last night on Fluent and Chill. And it's whether it's your superstar or anybody else, for teams to win, there needs to be a player, whether it's your best player or role player, doesn't matter, who in those last 2 minutes can either create or make a shot down the stretch, to like Jimmy Butler did the night before in Boston. even that fluky 3-pointer he made. You need someone like that. Jamal Murray did that for the Nuggets last night, and no one did that for the Lakers last night. LeBron was not making shots. AD was not making shots. They weren't making shots. And if you're not making those shots in the last 2 minutes, specifically in a close game, in a playoff game, you're going to lose. And for a guy, and again, I'm not knocking LeBron, but for a guy who has the highest IQ in basketball history, which is not true, by the way, right? He needs to make smarter plays. And he did not make smart plays, and he hasn't made smart plays, which is very uncharacteristic of him for the guy who always makes the right play. He's not doing that. The Lakers lost because of a combination. They lost because of a combination of two things. One, Denver is a better team that played better and had a guy making shots down the stretch, and the Lakers did not make shots down the stretch, and they made bad decisions as a whole.
Fluent,
and
bad coaching
throughout the game.
You're lying, Fluent. And hold on. This is why you're lying, Fluent. I'm gonna say it to you again, bro. LeBron James, he went off script. The Lakers, the script that they were playing was basically took Denver out of everything they wanted to do. Once LeBron James started jacking up threes, that's when the game.
They weren't making shots and they weren't playing smart.
That's when the game went crazy. Fluent. The game went crazy once LeBron started acting like he had win the game-itis, and he didn't have to. I'm gonna say this right now. Hold on. How many games have we seen in the playoffs this year? Hold on. How many games we seen where Lonnie Walker's won a game? We've seen Austin Reeves win a game. We've seen Roy Hachimura win a game.
Yes.
The Lakers have played. Hold on. We've seen
the Nuggets.
Hold on 1 second. We've seen them play in a way where they go with the flow of whoever has the hand wins was going to take us there. If D'Lo has the hand. Last night, Roy Hachimura was rolling. Austin Reeves was balling. LeBron James knocked all of them dudes off kilter when he came down when they was up. Still in the third quarter and started jacking ill-advised threes. That's so the game all out of whack.
No one making shots down the stretch. That's exactly what I said.
I'm saying,
but there's guys making shots though. There were guys making shots,
right?
Which means he's not a liar. Which means he's not a liar.
Cut it out.
Which means he's not a liar.
And I don't even like LeBron. I can't stand LeBron.
Man, Bron is your king, bro. We know you love LeBron secretly.
Cut it out, man.
Real quick, can I just say you love Bron secretly?
Hey, you still got to.
Check it out. So this all I'm saying. I told y'all already. The top 3 players from the Nuggets might not be better than the top 3 players from the Lakers, but they have more of an ability to carry. Look, like that's all I'm saying, and it's been shown. They're proving it right now. So it's just like we got.
I'm not saying anything.
We gotta stop disrespecting the Nuggets, bro.
I respect them when they win a chip.
I'm not
like the Lakers are doing something wrong.
When they win a chip, I respect them. They ain't won a damn thing.
I'm not saying anything that you guys don't already know. I've said this all season long. You guys have heard me say this. This team is going to go as far as who takes them?
AD.
That's as far as they're gonna go.
Or AD.
That's as far as they're gonna go. Stop looking at James like James from 5 years ago. Stop looking at James like James from 10 years ago. He can't do that anymore. The problem is that he still tries to do that, and we got to reel him in. Last night was an example of that. Last night was a prime example of James trying to turn back the clock, and it was obvious that he still can't do that, which we already knew that anyway. Anthony Davis, this team is gonna go as far as he takes them. I thought they did a damn good job on Joker last night, particularly in the second half. I thought they did a good job on him. The problem that we having with Denver is what Bob just said. The problem that we having with Denver is that they get so many different things from so many different guys. Jamal Murray had 10 rebounds last night. You're getting 10 rebounds from your lead guard. That's a big-ass deal when your other guys, D'Angelo Russell, Vando, Schroeder, all of these other guys aren't producing that. That's 10 more. That's more opportunities for them to score. The game before that, MPJ had 10 rebounds. These are the things. These are the small things that are going to keep these guys in the game, which pushes them over the top. They won the rebounding battle last night. The rebounding battle is the difference in the game because now you give Denver more opportunities to score when you do that.
I just want to say the longer we get in these playoffs, the more and more that Jokic makes everyone look foolish that question, oh man, if he wins 3 MVPs in a row, do we want to have that conversation? We should have that conversation. The MVP is a regular season award. I understand those names that he would be in the conversation with. They did things in the finals. They did things in the postseason. This isn't a postseason award, and you can see that by the simple fact of Joel Embiid getting the petty MVP. Look at how he plays in the playoffs. This isn't a playoff award. So Jokic being that dude, Jokic being what I called the best center in the world. I don't think AD's an actual center. I think AD's a power forward, so I call him a big. I think Jokic is the best center in the world. He deserved the MVP, and he's proving it. He's leading it.
Even if that's true, Damo, the league MVP means something. And the league MVP, like you just said, those guys that you talk about, they elevated their game in the playoffs. So if we're going to talk about that guy, like we talk about Olajuwon, like we talk about Chamberlain, like we talk about Bird, they elevated their game in the playoffs. So to just minimize it as just being a regular season award, that's not good enough, Damo, because if you're the league MVP, when you get into the postseason, these guys that we talk about, those are the guys who elevated their game. And before we can talk about him like that, even if he did win 3 MVPs in a row, he would have to do the same thing. That's the idea.
Man, yo, I will cook y'all on this. James Harden, you a clown. You got Doc fired now. They saying you going to sign to Houston. You a joke, bro.
I've been waiting for that. Joke. There we go.
I'm a double back on you later on this show, sucker. But hey, man, listen. It's all love to Bob, all y'all dudes, man. But my thing is this. My only thing is this, bro. I watched the game, bro. The Lakers had them dudes out of everything, bro. You didn't see KCP last night. It was an APB on him. It was an APB on Michael Porter in the first half of that game. All these dudes got going late in the fourth quarter. It was boom, 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 boom from the three-point line game over. Doodoo Brown was out of the game. The Lakers had nullified all those guys. We got to be honest about what we're saying. In that fourth quarter, if Jamal Murray doesn't go crazy because LeBron opened the door, when he started jacking those threes, all you got to do is go to the end of the third quarter when he started jacking those threes. The Lakers were still up. They still had momentum. All you had to do was keep playing through your team ball. That's what has helped the Lakers all in the postseason, as they have played with a team mindset. Whoever got it going, we riding with them. If it's D'Lo that's cooking, we riding with him. If it's Schroeder hitting shots, we riding with him. If it's Lonnie Walker hitting shots in the fourth, we going to keep feeding him. LeBron James, I'm going to take a step back. This is what's been going on the whole time. Austin Reeves balling, I'm going to step to the side and let him ball. They've been praising LeBron for doing it. Oh, he stepped back and let the other guys do what they do. Last night, Roy Hachimura was cooking. That game was right there on a silver platter. What does LeBron do? Win the game, Midas. He shot 5 threes in a row from the third quarter when they was leading to the fourth quarter and missed all of them. That's the game, bro. Sorry. And what they did was they turned those missed shots and the transition buckets. Here we go down the lane. Jokic gets it, pushes up the break, kicks it to Michael Porter Jr. He pulls up on the break for 3. Boom. Here we go again. Off the break. Boom. We coming down. Doodoo Brown in the corner. Boom. Here we go again. They throw it in the Yoke. Yoke gets double, kicks it out to KCP. 3 ball. Boom. Here we go again. Jamal Murray. Handoff. Comes off the screen. Lakers fall back a little bit. Boom. And then Murray again. Boom, boom, boom. Game over. All because of those bad decisions. One bad decision to jack up a 3 led to a landslide. If you watch that game and tell me the Lakers didn't have full control until LeBron started jacking 3s, you don't know basketball. And you talking to a dude that despised LeBron James and all his fans. But I called the game how I saw it, bro. And that happened in game 1 when he jacked that 3 up at the end of game 1 in the fourth quarter when it was 3 minutes left and you got a chance and you had all the momentum because you was on the run. They was up 15. You cut the lead from 21 in the third quarter down to 3. Then you come down and you jack up a 3 with 3 minutes left. What is you doing? Y'all got all the momentum. Keep taking the ball to the cup. You on the whistle. Y'all going to the free throw line. Look at the free throws last night. Look at the free throws. The free throws last night in favor of the Lakers again. So
I'm down to give James his fair share of the blame for this game. 100%. Get off the long ball line. 100%. Get off the long ball line. But we also got to that distribution got to go to everybody. I'm still not loving him taking Vandy out in the fourth quarter. I thought, just so you know, Jamal Murray, 5 for 17 going into the fourth quarter. He didn't have anything going. They had him on lock. And that was largely due to the switches that they had with Schroeder and with Vanderbilt dealing with him primarily. They had him on lock. And then come the fourth quarter, now we got him going under screens. Now we got Schroeder going under screens. We got him switching on the AD, which we don't have to have him switching on him. Even though he made tough shots, we don't have to have that. If we could just get Vanderbilt back on the floor and just have him primarily deal with Jamal Murray, add that to the fact that James and AD bring us home. They would have been just fine. But instead, that didn't happen.
Chill. I just want to say, Nikola Jokic literally fits your description of what you said for players in terms of going from regular season to playoffs. He's elevated his game and produced more, and he's literally put out more volume going into the playoffs. So he fits that. He fits that criteria. Just wanted to say that he actually does that. The last 3 years goes from the regular season and elevates his game in the playoffs, even this year.
Which I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. 100%. I'm cool with that.
And I sat on this platform and I said, hey, man, we might want to take some minutes away from D'Lo. We might want to sit D'Lo, have him come off the bench. I was told, oh, man, his mentality is going to be bad. Why would you do it? This is why you do it. Because defense wins championships, and we're in the business of winning championships. We're not out here to help your mental. We're not out here to secure your ego. We need to win. We can't. Having games where D'Lo and Schroeder are both playing bad offensively, it's going to be tough to win. But if Schroeder's going to be out there playing defense, he needs to get more minutes. There's no reason in this series going against a guy like Jamal Murray, which the same way Lowe's talking about Jokic, I feel like we need to talk about Jamal Murray a little bit more because Buddy is a dog. The bag is deep, and he got it in him for real. But there's no way D'Angelo Russell was getting more minutes than Schroeder. D'Angelo Russell's out there in crucial time getting out there getting just laid up on, getting dogged around on the defensive end, and there is no reason we go. I don't know if it was middle of the third quarter or the middle of the fourth quarter, but we went 7 minutes and some change, no bucket. 7 minutes and some change with no bucket. You know what that is? That is terrorist activity from a head coach. I came out here and I was like, yo, praise the Darvin Ham for making an adjustment. And what does he do? He reforms. He's a reform terrorist. I ain't never seen somebody be two-time reformed for being a terrorist. I get it. I might seem like the crazy, illogical Laker fan that just hates his coach, but there's no way we're going to keep looking at this man in the playoffs make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision that costs us leads, that costs us games, that costs us whatever, and we're going to sit there and say, nah, man, it's LeBron. Nah, man, it's AD. I get it. They play awful. I gave them their slack. I understand them boys was bad. There's no reason that these kind of minor adjustments that fans, people that haven't even played basketball, people like me that have only played varsity level basketball, and people like anyone here that's played professionally, D1, D2, D3, rec league, don't matter. It's crazy that everyone can see this, point up simple X's and O's and be like, yeah, bro, you can see right here in these 5 minutes when he did do this, it worked. Then he doesn't do it for the next 5 minutes, and it's tragic, and we're not going to blame him. Like, all right, bro, I guess, do I need to blame the assistant coach? Do I need to blame the trainer? Do I need to just blame the owner? No, I'm going to blame Darvin Ham, bro. He's the guy that at the end of the day, he's going to set the lineup. He's going to pull guys in and out of the rotation, and he's going to try to adjust to certain runs that we have. And if you're not going to adjust, if you're not going to slow down a scoreless 7 minutes in this game too, I don't know what you're supposed to do as a coach. At that point, any one of us can coach from our homes. What's the point of being there?
Yo, so I do want to jump in. And I don't necessarily want to transition the comment or the conversation into why the Lakers lost. I want to talk about why the Nuggets won, and it's a big obvious reason. I want to talk about Jamal Murray. Damo alluded to it. Chill just alluded to it. How good is Jamal Murray?
He's great. He sees the
very
opportunity.
Good.
He sees the opportunity. Good. Somebody opened the door for you, and he took the look. He took the open door. The Lakers opened the door, and Jamal Murray did what a great player is supposed to do. He was struggling all night long. His shot wasn't going. I was looking at him like, damn, this is going to be one of them off nights for him. He ain't going to be able to get it going. But then he seen it. Soon as they opened the door, and Jamal Murray is one of them type of dudes I noticed. Like, if he gets a shot to go, he gets confidence. Once he sees one's going, if he's struggling, he sees one go swish, then he's going to come back again with it. And he made a couple mistakes down the stretch I didn't like. I wish he would have kept going with it. Almost could have tricked up that game because it still was a 2-point game when Reeves hit that three. But he kept trying to give it to Jokic in the post down the stretch. You can't go to Jokic. Jokic was 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter in the stretch of this game. You can't give him the ball in the post like that no more because Jokic was not converting. He was really turning the ball over and struggling in the fourth quarter. I thought Murray should have just kept it the whole time and they should have just played the entire quarter through him, even though what he did was enough. I think that he seized the opportunity, seized the moment, made big shots. And then, like I said, I think he's seen it was just enough time. He's seen when Jokic didn't have it offensively in the fourth quarter that he said, okay, let me go ahead and close the casket. And that's what he did. Now, I will say Jokic made a couple good passes because he did have 3 assists in the fourth quarter. And those, I think, were all for threes. So he did have some good passes in the fourth quarter that led to points. But as far as just closing the game, man, I think that was the biggest thing for the Nuggets is how they closed the game last night. I think they took advantage of an opportunity and they closed the game, jumped on it and closed the game. That's the part where they deserve the most credit for last night.
Denver offense is just so proficient, man. When they get Joker involved in action at the top of the key, when they get Joker in action on the wings, their offense just hums, man. When you get guys like Jeff Green getting wide open shots, I think that they could do a better job of getting Aaron Gordon dive into the basket more as opposed to putting him in the dunker spot. Joker, what he reminds me of, the Utah Jazz used to run this offense where Malone would get the ball on the left block and Stock would cut off a Hornacek, and it would be a delayed action where if Malone didn't see him right in the middle of the lane, Stockton would hold at the rim and Malone would hit him. That's what Joker does a lot of times. And if Aaron Gordon would dive to the rim and hold just for a second more, I think Joker could hit him more than he does. That action on the wing with MPJ coming off the screens, and like Damo just said, when you got a 6'10 guy dealing with a 6'3, 6'4 guy, 22, 23 feet away from the basket, he's just shooting right over the top of them guys. And with him shooting right over the top of them, that opens up their offense even more. So Denver, defensively, I don't think that they're great because they don't have any rim protection. And I think the Lakers have exploited that throughout this series. But I think offensively, that offense is just hums, especially with Joker running it.
And they shut them down last night. They only had 108 points.
They did. They slowed them down.
And everybody in the comment section that's running y'all Rudy Poo candy ass mouths, y'all not making no sense. All y'all was jockstrap sniffing for the Lakers before this series started. So now all of a sudden, after the Nuggets did what they supposed to do, which is win 2 home games, now y'all convinced? Y'all really convinced after they almost choked game 1? Y'all really convinced after they almost choked game 2? They could have lost both games at home, but y'all overly convinced. I ain't sold on Jokic ass until he closed the casket. It ain't closed yet. Until it's closed, I ain't sold on his ass. You don't get credit around here for part-time jobs and part-time work. Get the whole damn job done and then ticket to come on here and give you a just. But I ain't never seen Jokic get it done yet before. Not at that level. So you ain't finna get no praise from me. Not on duty.
Yo, Marz, how good is Jamal Murray? I want to hear from you. I want you to tell us what you're seeing from Jamal Murray right now.
I'm seeing a shot maker. He's one of the best shot makers in the NBA. I think that's what you need. When you look at around bigs, I think that's what you always need, someone with that level of perimeter creation, because Jokic is going to get everyone involved and he's going to draw the attention. But you still need someone to capitalize on that. And that's what Jamal Murray can do. If a play breaks down, you have someone who, you know, from anywhere within 28 feet can get you a shot where he's comfortable making it. And that really throws defenses off, especially in the playoffs, because there's not much game planning you can do for someone who can create a shot, a viable shot from damn near anywhere on the floor. And I think that's what gives the Denver offense such a dynamic look. And that's why the Jokic and Jamal Murray 2-man game is so effective, because of the ability Jamal Murray has to make shots. Because if you give him an inch of daylight, he can pull the trigger and he can hurt you. But I do think it's interesting how we all look at this series. I think we all look at this series through a Lakers lens, which is very interesting to me. Because game 1, the Lakers came back down 20, and we still talk about how they could have won the game and how they were this close to winning. But then game 2, Denver come back from down 10, and we talk about how the Lakers gave the game away. It's like, so if Denver come back, we still give the Lakers the blame for losing the game. But then when the Lakers came back on Denver, we give the Lakers credit for coming back in the game. It's like, no matter what Denver do, however they win, we're going to talk about how the Lakers were the one that should have won the game. It's like, I don't like the way we talk about this series, but I like that we're talking about Denver now. But yeah, Jamal Murray, one of the premier shot creators in the league. So, am I surprised by what he did? No, I think he's shown enough times what he's capable of doing and how he's able to capitalize off the attention that Jokic was getting, because he was getting double teamed damn near the whole fourth quarter. And Jamal Murray was just killing them. And then you got the dribble handoff where if they go under the screen and Jamal Murray gets an inch of daylight and he gets hot, it's ridiculous the amount of shots he can make. And I think that's what makes Denver borderline unstoppable.
What tier of point guards would you put him in right now? You said that we clearly know who he is. We've seen enough from him. What tier of point guards would you say he is? He's probably a top 10 point guard. I mean, obviously you got Steph, Luka, Dame, like they're better than him. Then you got guys like Kyrie,
Trey,
Ja Morant,
Is he in that league?
I think he's. I don't think he's with De'Aaron Fox or Shea. If Shea's a point guard to you guys, but then I think in a tier with Drew Holiday, Darius Garland. What other point guards might that be?
I think he's better than Darius Garland. I think he's better than Darius Garland. But I will tell you this, Marz.
I think he's in that tier. That's why
I will tell you this, Marz. Number one, the Lakers are the only team in this playoffs that have won the NBA championship with both Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That's why I think the expectation is a little bit higher, and that's why they look at them. That's number one. Number two, I don't think we talk about Jamal Murray as the one-on-one player that he is. And the reason why we don't talk about him like that because of the action that they get, a lot of the action that they get in that Denver offense. But Jamal Murray as a one-on-one player, like Dom just talked about in terms of his bag, super deep, right? And he could get his shot off on anybody. And it's not necessarily when he's running just action with Joker. When you give him the basketball and you ask him to get a bucket one-on-one, he could do that with just about anybody. And I don't think we talk about that enough.
Chilltown, I see Lowe up here shaking his head like a deacon. Well, Lowe, let me ask you a question then, Deacon Lowe. Deacon Lowe. With the way that the Nuggets played, in game last night, the way that they played, right? For majority of that game, do you think they can win game 3? The way that they played last night?
I have them winning the series. So
no, I asked you that. I asked you that. I just asked you, going to LA, do you think they can play like that, like they played last night? I want you to give your honest assessment of that game.
Well, no, they can't play like that. But
that's all I'm saying. Hold on, that's all I'm saying to Marz. So when Marz say this buffoonery, you have to look in the context of how the game went. You can say all this stuff and it sounds good like a computer nerd or geek, but when you actually watch the game and put the game into its proper context, and you see that the Lakers had pretty much full control of the game, and it was the type of game the Lakers wanted to play. The problem, hold on, so low. Me and you are listening right here, Low, as you sit right here. The Lakers didn't have control all the way up until LeBron started jacking threes.
I don't think so.
Okay. There was never a moment in that game where I felt like
they was leading the game, but they didn't have control of the game.
It don't matter.
That wasn't even the point I made. That wasn't even the point.
I know it wasn't the point you made. I know.
Of course it wasn't. But listen,
no, I wouldn't ask you about that though. I asked him a different question.
But there was never a point in the game where I felt like the Lakers had full control. There was never a moment. Never.
Even when all them dudes was playing like trash, when Roy was, y'all do some lying ass, capping ass, Reverend Leon Lonnie Love ass.
Why everybody lying and we don't see stuff the way you see it? Ticket, your truth is not the only truth. I'm sick of hearing that from you. Stop calling me a liar.
You a Laker fan.
I'm sick of hearing you talking that nonsense. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's the gospel.
You a liar.
I'm tired of hearing that from you. Ain't nobody lying up here.
It's a game of runs. The whole entire game. The whole entire game, the Lakers would go up. Denver would go on a run and be down 3. Lakers just pull away. They wasn't controlling it. It was just run.
They had to lead the whole time up until.
Just because you got the lead does not mean you in control of the game, Ticket. That does not mean that.
I'm losing.
It does not mean just because you're in the game, just because I got a 5-point lead. I got an 8-point lead. I've seen plenty of games where teams have been up 12, and I'm sitting there shaking because I'm like, at any point, this could turn. I'm sick of you talking about us up here being liars. Like everything that comes out of your mouth is true. Because no, it ain't. Because you a lying sack of shit.
But they didn't have control of game 1 either when they was coming. So when the Lakers were coming down the stretch and they was down,
I'm sorry.
did they have control of game 1?
I'm tired of this dude calling me a liar.
Whole time, I thought you was a hooper. Whole time I thought you was a hooper, bro. How many games have you played, bro?
I'm saying how you be losing to have control of the game.
I'm saying how many games have you played in where just like this has happened? This is basketball, bro. You have seen this.
No,
I
heard everything you just said. He heard everything that you just said.
I just strongly disagree with your logic about
that's right. And just because everything that comes out of your mouth, if we don't agree with it, don't mean it ain't true. Same thing the same thing that comes out of my mouth. No, the problem is you think that everything that comes out of your mouth is true and everything that we say is lying.
You think you true, Grilltown, because you picked the Lakers to win, sucker, and they lost. So sit your ass.
Ain't you a Laker fan? How about that, Goofy? Ain't you a Laker fan?
No,
how about that?
You came up here at the game.
So talking about somebody picking a team, and this is your team. Matter of fact, not only is this your team, if I'm not mistaken, rewind the tape back to the beginning of the season. I want to make sure I'm clear, Bron. Where did Ticket have the Lakers at this season before the season started?
The first roster.
No. Where did you have them at the end of the season? Where did you have them at? I'm sorry. And where they at right now?
in the Western Conference Finals.
Meanwhile, you're talking about these dudes like they suck.
I did not say they suck. I said they controlled the game.
I'm sick of you talking about us like everything that comes out of your mouth is true and anything that comes out of our mouth is lies. Everything that you say ain't true, Ticket.
Hold on, Chitchat. I'm gonna
ask you with that bullshit.
I'm gonna ask you respectfully, then, sir.
Don't ask me nothing respectfully. I'm sick of you with that nonsense.
I'm gonna ask you respectfully, sir, because you came in here. We got your ass on tape.
And I got you on tape a bunch of different times.
Hold on. You came on here at the game one talking about how the Lakers lost that game down the stretch. So you telling me the Lakers who were down the whole game, you came in here and made a whole case for how the Lakers lost that game. You wasn't really talking about how Denver won the game. I got you on tape. So don't lie. Everybody heard you saying this. Now, all of a sudden, this game, the Lakers play from up for almost 85% of the game going into the fourth quarter. They playing from up. Now, going into the fourth quarter, they was up. Into the fourth quarter, they was up. So they went to the fourth quarter up. You're going to tell me the team that's losing and all the other role players, Doodoo Brown, ineffective to that point. Michael Porter Jr., ineffective to that point. Jamal Murray was like, what, 4 of 7, 16 to that point.
How was he ineffective? How was that ineffective?
Hold on. How was that ineffective? Hold on.
How was that ineffective, though?
Points.
Hey, yo, if you're going to jump me because you can't beat me one-on-one.
Ain't nobody jumping you, Ticket. Ain't nobody jumping you. Make your point.
Hold on, Chitchat. Who was you supposed to be, bro? That somebody got to jump you.
You keep. I'm talking to Grill. You want to jump in? You want to jump in?
Because anytime somebody says something you don't agree with, you got to
hold your own. Hold your own.
And I'm holding my own, Ticket. I'm holding my own. I'm holding my own.
You love your own
security guard to sit down here.
Hey, no, I don't need no security.
Yo. All right, fellas.
Particularly with you, I don't. I know that's a fact. I know I don't. I don't need no security. I don't need no bodyguard. Especially with you, I don't.
Fellas, relax. Everything's all good.
Everybody relax.
Somebody's cooking, somebody's not cooking. It's okay.
Ron, I ain't never know you could Ron. I never know you could be losing the whole game and be in control. I never knew.
Nobody said that either. Nobody said that either.
Here we go.
I'm going to say you just said nobody said.
Here we go.
Nobody said that either.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on, Ron. Hold on for one.
Yeah. Nah. I want to hear low talk.
Gotta get up here and saute this nigga every day.
Low. Can I get your take on the game?
Nigga, they here to see me. Nigga, fuck wrong with you.
All right.
Bobby Brown in the house. Bobby Brown is in the house.
You think you're the only person that ever said put it in the
Bob, I want to hear low talk. Low. Can we get your take on the game last night and why the Nuggets are up 2-0?
I wholeheartedly agree with Marz. I think it's just funny the way that we talk about this series is in the lens of the Lakers. Now, like defensively, the Nuggets had a stretch where they were able to shut down the Lakers for like, Dama wasn't like it was like 8-minute stretch where the Lakers went 0 for 10 from the field, and it was like it extended to maybe 10 minutes where the only time that the Lakers scored was a LeBron layup and then a Rui backdoor cut. That was it. We went through a massive stretch where we couldn't score. That was problematic, but that's also normally how the Lakers do play at times. Down the stretch, when Jamal Murray got it going, he started completely demolishing the drop coverage of Anthony Davis because he decided to go away from, he had minutes without Rui and then without Vando. That destroyed the Lakers. The lineup where they had Rui and LeBron at the 4-5 with 3-guard lineups, that destroyed the Lakers. And then we said it in the first game. And again, this is where Marz is right, where everybody's viewing this through a Laker lens, where I don't know why y'all think that Jokic is this bumbling idiot who can't run up and down the floor, but Jokic was still beating Anthony Davis up and down the floor. And he was still getting good looks. He was still getting, but that's just been who Jokic and this team has been literally all year long and really for the past 3.5 years now. But again, I mean, I guess it's, I don't know, maybe it's just the way that many people talk basketball or whatever, but I guess it just takes playoff basketball for people to acknowledge things that have just been true for like three years now. But those are all things that have just been impactful. I thought Jamal Murray was great in the fourth quarter. I agree with Dama. We should spend more time talking about how he shows up in late game situations because he, I think the ESPN stat was he is the most He's the most 20-point fourth quarter 20-point whatever.
That's
he has
correct.
the most
20-point games.
Yeah, he has the most 20-point fourth quarter games.
How many does he have?
Since 1990.
4.
I want to say 4. Yeah,
damn.
4.
More than Jordan. That's more than Jordan. Yeah.
What am I saying wrong then if I said the Lakers were controlling the game up until the fourth quarter? Because remember, at halftime, it was a 5-point lead. And so the Lakers, they bent because they had a 10-point lead at one time, and they cut it down to like 5 or 3 or 2. They tied it, and then the Lakers pushed it out to 5 at the half. Then at the end of the third quarter, they took the lead again, and then the Lakers came back and pushed it back out, and then they ended the lead with 3 going into the fourth quarter, right?
Yes,
you're on the road. Hold on. So you're on the road. You're leading by 3 going into the fourth quarter. How then are you not controlling the game at that point when you're on the road against the best road team, the best home team in the NBA, and you're winning? I never heard a dude say, a capping ass Negro like Grilltown say, that you could be winning on the road. Hold on. You could be winning on the road against the best home team in the league going into the fourth quarter, and then you lose the game. So all I said is the Lakers were controlling the game until the fourth quarter. How was that wrong, Lo?
Because in the game, which is ironic, which is where, again, Marz is correct, where it's so interesting how the lens that people decide to view it in. When I was watching the game, what I saw was, they're winning because Jamal Murray is just trolling in the first 3 quarters. That's what I saw. And I knew immediately if Jamal Murray in the first 3 quarters, yes. In the first 2.5.
Hold on. You don't think that was the Lakers defense on Jamal Murray?
Nope.
So what do you mean by trolling?
Jamal Murray was getting quality looks, still passing up quality looks. He was sitting there not making the right reads, not making the right passes. Also, Aaron Gordon was in bad positioning and bad spacing for about 2.5 quarters. And eventually, as soon as they started to figure it out, especially start defending them better, because I also thought that they were just giving Austin Reeves and Rui too many quality looks. As soon as they were going to fix those adjustments down the stretch of this game, easily things were going to start going.
Wait a minute,
wait. I want to be clear. I want to be clear. This is not me rewriting history. When I was watching it, if people were watching the game with me, I was literally saying all it's going to take is for Jamal Murray having a quality.
You don't think the Lakers defense, who's had the number 1 defense in the league since the break, you don't think the Lakers defense had nothing to do with KCP not getting off? Had nothing to do.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
No, I'm asking you, Jamal Murray. Hold on. You saying Jamal Murray not gonna? So that had nothing to do with Vanderbilt or Schroeder on him. Nothing.
For the most part, no. I did not feel that way.
That's crazy.
And everybody shut up. Me. This man sit up here talking about Jamal Murray was trolling. When y'all know the Lakers defense had
that's not true, Lo. That's not true.
I'm rewatching. I'm gonna rewatch the first 3 quarters again, and I'm gonna at least his shot selection in the first 3 quarters once more. This will be my 5th time watching it, just to be double checked. I'm almost 100% certain he missed like 6 wide open shots in the first 3 quarters, wide open.
And
I'll rewatch it again.
Even if that's true, like when he got going in the fourth quarter, it wasn't like he got going in the fourth quarter and he wasn't making tough shots. And that same defense was the same defense that was on him. Yes, it was, Lo.
Vando was not out there in the fourth.
Well, okay, so with Vando not being out there, he still was making tough shots. James closed out on him. Anthony Davis closed out on him 24 feet away from the basket. So he still was making tough shots. These are the same shots that he was getting throughout the game that he was missing, except Vando was on him. That's the same thing that was going on. And to say that defense had nothing to do with him not making shots in the first 3 quarters, that is not true, Lo.
You said he was
trolling. Is not true.
You said Jamal Murray was trolling the Lakers.
No, that is not true, Lo. No, that is not true, Lo. No way. That is not true, Lo.
The first 2 shots, the first 2 shots that he missed, wide open shots that he's just missing. The third shot he missed, it was a 4 shot at the end of the shot clock. Also, the idea that Jokic didn't play well, they neutralized him. He was missing shots at the end of the shot clock in the fourth quarter.
What happened to KCP?
I didn't say anything about KCP.
KCP got 2 fouls in the first minute and a half.
KCP
he was taking at it again.
Yeah, he got 2 fouls in the first minute.
What happened to Bruce Brown in the first half, Lo?
I don't even know how many minutes Bruce Brown played. But I know for a fact in the third quarter when
the first game they cut that water off in the first half in the second game, right or wrong?
No, I just think they didn't just get in transition as often as they did, and then they start getting in transition.
And I'm glad you brought. Hold up, take it. And I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Lo, because you said they didn't get in transition. Well, that was a point of emphasis for the Lakers. We got to slow these guys down. Yeah, and what they did was they got back on defense and slowed down their transition game, which would be a result of why they didn't play that well.
Yeah,
that fair?
That's fine. You can say the transition, sure, but I think that once more, like getting in transition is a part of the Denver Nuggets.
It's a huge part of them.
And it also be fair to the Lakers. They were definitely more half-court oriented, and they controlled the pace. That is something I did enjoy out of the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying. They controlled the game. They only scored 48 points at the half. That's hellified defense, bro. They had 48 at the halftime. That's a game that's tailor-made for the Lakers. When you hold a team that's the best offensive team pretty much in the league outside of the Kings, come on, bro. That's cap. That is cap, bro.
It's a little disingenuous, Lo, to say. It's disingenuous, Lo, to say that.
Down, man.
Hold on, take it. It's a little disingenuous to say that, we just wasn't making shots. It didn't really have anything to do with their defense. When in reality, the Lakers' defense.
Hey, y'all.
I'm not. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. And I understand that you watch the game, Lo.
I'm rewatching right now for the 6th time.
Right. And that's what you see.
Jamal Murray is just missing wide open. He's missing one pass. They doubling Jokic, one pass away. He's missing that shot. He's shooting for whatever reason transition threes, and he's missing those shots. These are wide open shots he's missing. These are not shots because he's getting mugged. And no, that's not what it is. This is now my 6th time.
You can watch it 10 times, Lo. But the point is that of the 17 shots that of the 20, would be 5. He was 5 for 17 in the first half. So that's 17 shots in the first 3 quarters. So of those 17 shots, how many shots would you say were wide open? Of those 17 shots,
5 right now.
Okay, so that's a third of them. So that's 1 out of every 3 shots. That means that 2/3 of his shots were contested. Now we get late into the game where their legs are starting to get heavy. He's actually making those shots, tough shots. So the defense does have some impact on what you're doing.
6 of them wide open.
That's a third. That means 2/3.
7 of them wide open. He has 7 borderline wide open shots. He just missed them.
You know it is a thing too, though. Sometimes the defense forces you to make or it makes it easier to make shots. Believe it or not. When it's
I'm not. If y'all,
especially a guy like Murray too, he's a tough shot maker.
If y'all want to, and that is true as well. But if y'all want to sit here and say that it's because of Vando's defense or Schroeder's defense, no. Nope.
All right, y'all. This is the time where I do have to interject and let you know that this show is brought to you by the good guys over at Underdog Fantasy. What is Underdog Fantasy? It's a good way for you guys to get some cold hard cash in your account. How? Download the app or go to the website, play their good old pick'em contest. That's what we've been doing. That's actually what this is right here on the screen. We didn't really have too good of a performance last night, but I promise you we'll bounce back today. As you can see, the only person who really hit for us was Rui Hachimura going over on his points. He went way over, 11.5. He went higher than that. Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, Nikola Jokic, we all said higher, and we probably should have said lower.
Not all of us. I thought that was a crazy.
Told y'all about D-Lo.
And D-Lo, yeah. D-Lo is boy.
Going higher on Jokic was ridiculous.
Yeah, going higher on Jokic
and he was nearly there, but
yeah, he was. It was close.
He got 52, I think.
Yeah, 52 and 53.5.
Hey, Lo. I love you, Lo, man. Don't do that to a professional team, no dog. Don't say the man was trolling, bro.
I don't care what you. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say.
You said James Harden lost on purpose.
I know.
No.
He said James Harden lost on purpose. Don't care.
Lo made it seem like they wasn't playing no defense in that first half. Bro.
I never said that either. I said he was missing wide open shots. That's all I said.
So that had nothing to do with the Lakers defense in your mind.
No, I watched it. They were helping one pass away. He was missing shots. They were slow on transition, and he missed those shots. These are wide open shots. That's it.
Chat, you know the drill.
I'm adding to the chat. So people say I'm lying. Since we can't play here, I'll cut this up and put it on Twitter, and y'all tell me what y'all.
I'll go live with you. Pull it up. Pull up the link, and I'll go on with you like I did last time, sucker.
If you think Jamal Murray missing transition threes and missing shots where they're helping one pass away, if you think that is a normal thing that Jamal Murray would do, say less. If that's what y'all believe. But hey, when Anthony Davis went for 40 last night, y'all act as if like that was a normal thing. That's not normal. When both Austin Reeves and was shooting lights out in the fourth quarter, y'all act like that's a normal thing. That's not a normal thing. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. But now all of a sudden, when Jamal Murray goes 5 for whatever in the first 3 quarters, and he's missing wide open shots, y'all telling me because he's missing wide open shots, that's just like a normal thing that he does? No. And albeit I'm not expecting him to go scorching high in the fourth, but if he had made a few more of his open shots throughout the game, we wouldn't even be having the discussion the way that we having it.
So low. The Lakers don't win game 3.
Someone has to explain to me why.
You think they sweep them?
I didn't say sweep.
No, because if they go down 3-0, this series is over. Christ. I ain't say you said they sweep. I'm sorry. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Lo. I'm not saying that, but I mean, if Denver wins game 3, this series is over.
I think it's over now. Game 2, I thought was like this is another very winnable game at home.
Right.
There's only so many games that the Nuggets are going to just drop at home, and you've now given up 2 quality opportunities to beat them at home. You dropping both of those, in my opinion, it's basically over now. It's basically over because I don't expect them to play bad in game 5, and if it goes to game 7, I mean.
So now we're talking about it. So if we come back to Los Angeles, if we come back to Denver, and the series is tied 2-2, I mean the temperature in the room just went up because I don't think it's that difficult to win game 1 or game 2 on your home floor. As opposed to now game 5 where the series is tied, and now we're talking about something different because the loser is now facing an elimination game, and if Denver loses, they're facing an elimination game on the road
against a team. Why are they going to win though?
I'm not saying I didn't ask.
I'm just saying what makes you believe in game 3 or 4 the Lakers can win both?
Because they're going to be at home. The other role players are going to play better. The guys who hadn't played as well are going to step up. D'Lo's probably going to have a better game at home in his shots.
I agree.
So you expect that. So I expect an all-around better performance just from the Lakers in general in game 3. I think that game 3, I don't think that the Denver Nuggets, all the other guys that had great performances that you've seen, I don't think that you'll see the Doo-Doo Browns have as great of a performance as he had in these last 2 games. I don't think that the other old boy, and listen, Aaron Gordon is a tragedy shooting threes out there, bro. He shot 1 3 last night, bro. It almost hit me. And I'm watching on TV, bro. And that's a game plan for the Lakers with him, bro. Just leave him open and box him out. All he wants to do is cut to the basket and get dunks. So, yes, it is a weight path to victory because the Lakers will get more calls at home. They will put more pressure at home. Jesus. So you're taking all that out of the equation. I ain't stupid, dog. Like I said, Lo, I give Jokic his credit. He a bad boy. I won't take it away from him. But I'm not doing what you do until he closed the casket, bro. Because I've seen this.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Close the casket. What does it mean?
Win the series.
Yeah, win.
Oh, win the series. Okay.
Yeah, when he win the series and close out. It's one thing to beat a dude 2 times. To beat him 4 is a different thing.
Yo, Delroy.
Yo.
What's up, brother? How you feeling today?
What's going on? I'm good, man. Can't complain.
You want to talk to us about this series, or you got something else up your sleeves?
No, I'm here for 35 minutes of whatever you guys.
We're not doing no KD logic. I'm telling you that right now. We're not doing that.
Listen,
you're not doing no KD logic, Bob. I'm telling you that right now.
You know what's crazy? It's sad, right? And I'm telling you, so sad. Every time I come up here, KD is being brought up.
No, we got.
Why you?
How do you feel about Jokic so far in the playoffs? Because I haven't heard your thoughts on
that. I think Jokic and Jimmy Butler has been the 2 most dominant players.
Can I just say one player? Jokic. Because the way it's odd to me that I say one player and then like somebody else has to get brought.
Why is it odd? You asked me about.
I just asked you about Jokic. I said nothing about Jimmy. Just Jokic.
Yeah, but when I'm saying what I'm saying, I can't say Jokic has been dominant because I also think someone else is being dominant. It's not me saying that is not bringing Jokic down.
I think it is actually because I think he's clearly better than Jimmy. But you go. Yeah.
Let him give him his flowers.
Yeah, I know. This is about as far as it's going to go.
Yeah. But this Joker train that you've been riding very crazy. I love it though. I love it for you. I've been seeing it everywhere. I love it for you. Like when he plays bad or if he plays bad, you bend the needle a little bit and change.
I think today was probably the last game was his worst game in the playoffs so far. To be honest with you,
Yeah, last night
might have been his worst game in the playoffs.
So what do you consider his? Why was it a bad game? Because he was just missing shots.
He didn't say bad game. It was his worst.
I think it's his worst game. I don't think he had a bad game, but I think this is probably his worst game because he missed a couple of shots he would probably normally make. Also, I think he had some really bad turnovers late in the game as well that he normally doesn't make as well.
And I think that and Lo, can we credit the Lakers defense for that? Can we do that?
No, because I think two of the shots that he missed.
That nigga's trolling.
That nigga is trolling, bro. Let me answer.
I'm listening to you, Lo. Keep going. I'm listening to you, Lo.
Two of the three of the shots that he had missed that would have altered his y'all perception of it. Well, really 5 of them. 2 of them were at the end of the shot clock. That it took a long time for Jamal Murray to get into a set, and he has to bail him out at the end of the shot clock. It just ended up being a bad shot.
Yep.
Another one, he completely beat LeBron. He just missed the hook off the turnaround. Yep. He also beat Rui completely and just missed the bunny. If you want to say he was fatigued, I actually do think down the stretch of these games he does look tired. He looks completely
now. Now, if I can, Lo, you said that down at the shot clock. I mean, he had taken a shot late. Well, does that have a lot to do with the fact that they kept the ball away from Murray, which kept them out of their offense? So
it was in Murray's hands. It was in Murray's hands.
But and not only throwing Murray off balance. So let's just say for the sake of argument, which you just said, the ball was in Murray's hands. Well, Murray can't do what Murray wants to do. There's a reason why that offense flows the way it does against certain teams, as opposed to when it's playing against a superior defense, like what the Lakers were. Right. So when you're playing against a defense like that, you throw them off rhythm. That's why that offense is running the way it does. So when you get a guy like Joker, where the action might be right back to Joker, if you can't get the ball right back to Joker, and you got to go to MPJ, and then you go to Joker, but then you can't go to Joker again, and now because Joker's covered. But now Joker gets the basketball late in the shot clock. I think that has a lot to do with their defense and knowing that that's going to go
I
on.
thought you meant defense on Jokic. You just say like them containing everyone else, sure, but not on Jokic. No, not the.
Wouldn't that be a part of it though?
On Jokic?
Yes, because because Jokic is a part of their offense. It's not just Joker out there playing against the Lakers. Joker is a part of their offense. So
I don't
know. I don't get that. But
you don't think this series could go 7 games?
Me?
Yeah.
If it does, I mean, Nuggets still gonna win, but no.
Why not? Because
I actually genuinely asked the question about how are the Lakers going to switch things up.
I just told you
to win, but every single time that I get the answer, there are things that the Lakers have been doing all season long. So, for example, the other game, one of the point of emphasis was transition. Transition defense from the Lakers needs to be better. And Anthony Davis doesn't need to get beat down the floor. That's been happening for the last 3 years of basketball. Anthony Davis, he doesn't run number down the floor.
Last night? Why do you think they lost last night?
I think last night, I think the shot quality that Jamal Murray was getting for most of the game was still really good shot quality. I think that they started to give up on that. Down the stretch in the fourth quarter, Jamal Murray, they started doing way more dribble handoff action to get AD out of the lane. And so because they were doing that, they were confused on, are we switching who's closing out on Jamal Murray coming off the dribble handoff or on the screen and rolls, and they were just kind of stuck, especially because now you're asking Rui, if Jamal Murray is getting a screen from Jokic and Rui's defending him, you're now asking Rui to shift out of the lane, which he's not comfortable with doing, which are things that you would need to just need more rep. And then also there was a couple other plays that they got more involved where they just got 80 out the lane. There was a set where they ran MPJ over in the corner, and then Aaron Gordon. I can't remember, was it Aaron Gordon or maybe Marz? I don't remember. It was a
dribble handoff.
It was a dribble. It was an action that I think Jokic got when AD was on him. Yeah. They got the switch
to the corner, and
Aaron Gordon
threw a dribble handoff to Michael Porter Jr.
And Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, and then AD got out the lane, and then they went back to Jokic. Basically, I think as the game progresses, they started to realize more and more ways to get AD and whoever was the other help man out of the lane as much as possible.
So all of that. Why do you think they lost last night, though?
I'm telling you, because they eventually the Nuggets found ways to get Anthony Davis out of the lane more consistently.
Dell, had nothing to do with LeBron.
Had nothing to do with that.
Had nothing to do with LeBron James jacking up those bad shots.
Because with LeBron James on offense, that's why they lost.
Okay. So then again, I ask, LeBron settling for long threes
Right.
Has that not been a thing that he's been doing all season long?
I understand everything you're saying.
We're talking about last night,
making it seem that I'm talking to the game last night. You're making it seem like this Denver Nugget team cannot be no chink in their armor. The Lakers just a few possessions. No, but that's how you laughed when I said you think it go to 7. You probably have it in 5 in your mind. All I'm saying, while I was watching that Lakers game last night, I'm like, bro, they're right there. Big percent. Even game 1, Bron took a 3 where I felt he should have drive to the basket. Yeah. That cost them the game 1 to
change the game. They'll tell these dudes they don't know basketball.
Yes, we do, Ticket.
Man, no, you don't, man. You kept it.
Shut the hell up with that goofy ass logic that we don't know basketball. Yes, we do. Shut up, man. Let him go.
I ain't even said nothing.
Shut up.
You don't
know basketball. Nobody knows basketball. Shut your ass up.
Dell, I agree with you, Dell. But then again, I asked the question.
No, right. Honestly, to me personally, they just gotta calm the hell down.
The Lakers,
like Bron is surprising me in the fourth quarter. It's not like, he's jacking.
Why, Dell? Why is he surprising you, Dell? Why? He's been doing that all. He's been doing that all season long. He's been doing that all playoff long.
Let me tell you why. LeBron James' greatest gift to me. I never seen Bron rushed ever.
I agree with that.
I've never seen him rush. Game 1, that 3, he was rushed. He's always poised. He could be 40, and I could still. He's one of the poised players in the league ever. Mm-hmm. So 3, yeah. But Bron, and first of all, you off. You're off. Literally, you are off. Your biggest thing people get mad at you for is always finding the best shot for your team. So all the sets you're talking about with the Nuggets, Jamal Murray had a hell of a fourth quarter hitting tough shots. He had to have a.
I'm not denying it. But what I'm saying
I'm saying the Nuggets had to up their level. Jamal Murray had to make tough shots, and still the Lakers, honestly, 2 solid team possessions here. They're in the game. They can steal it.
And so, and my response to that is again,
Bron is going to do it again.
Because I've been saying that, and you haven't been here, but right. Ron has been trolling us the whole season, saying, "Oh, LeBron's shot will eventually get found," and it hasn't. And so I've been saying that from week 1 up until now. Right, he's taking ill-advised. I've been saying that.
Wait.
Take it.
The difference is he hasn't done it in some games, and other guys have closed. Those are the games I told you. D-Lo's closed some games. Austin Reeves closed.
But Ticket though, if D-Lo was struggling tonight, which he's going to, I don't think that D-Lo is going to be good for 4 out of the next 5 games. I don't believe that.
Okay, go ahead.
And I told you all after game 1, they're going to make the adjustment and not put Jamal Murray on Reeves instead of put him on Schroeder. So if they do have to switch, which they were doing, they're now passing it to Schroeder, and he's not as good as a shooter as Reeves is. So then these are all easy adjustments that the Nuggets can make.
All me and my tag team partner Dell is saying is this, bro. They on the road, bro. They played them dudes to the T. LeBron James threw the game away with bad decisions that he really hadn't been making outside of this series, right?
No, that's not
true. Nah, he's been making all playoffs. All playoffs.
That is not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
The reason why I said Warriors is because I thought Bron was the best player on the court that game.
Yeah, but that's one game. He's thrown. I can think of 3 or 4 games in the playoffs alone where LeBron is just shot bad, and not in this series. He shot poor shots down the stretch of games, let alone what he was doing all regular season long, which is why I kept asking Ron, why does he keep shooting threes? And Ron telling me, eventually it's going to balance out. No, it's not. He's been doing that all year long.
No, they played the best home team in the league. You played them to a T2 games. Now you going home. Now, this is the thing you're forgetting about Legend of losing. Since the break, since they made the trade, the Lakers have been the best team in the NBA since they made that trade since the break. You're forgetting about that. And they've been one of the top defensive teams in the league. That's true. AD has been a defensive demon underneath the basket. That's true. So now you're going home, and the Lakers have been solid at home throughout the playoffs. They've been solid at home.
Undefeated.
So now you're going home against a team that you had a lot of confidence again. It ain't like they just ran you and blew you out both games and you wasn't competitive. You feel like, okay, we played these niggas to a T 2 games. Now we coming home with our crowd, our home. Guess what? The role players, now we can get more guys in the game. A guy like Troy Brown can get us a couple minutes. He may play well. D'Lo might come out hitting shots at home. You understand what I'm saying? Schroeder might hit shots at home. So now we look at all these other guys. No, I'm saying Troy Brown. No, I'm saying all these other guys at home. You're looking at the role players to play better. And then I'm asking you this question: which of the Denver role players you think going to step up the road? Which of the Denver role players out of Michael Porter Jr., Bruce Brown, KCP, and all these dudes are going to step up on the road in LA and just play out of their mind in order to get a win? Because trust me,
they don't have to play out of their mind though.
Yeah, they better in game 3.
Why?
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this.
Why do they have to play out of their mind? I think they can still play solid, but out of their mind.
The Lakers role players are gonna play better in game 3 at home.
What does that have to do with them having to play out of their mind?
Because it's gonna make it tougher for you to win that game. The same way. Hold on. The same way when they played Phoenix, the Phoenix Suns role players played better at home. When Monty Williams went to that bench, you had guys like Landry Shaman,
TJ Warren,
all these dudes, TJ Warren giving you double-digit points. So now you're at home. These guys are playing better at their own home gym. I expect the Lakers to win game 3. I ain't saying they're going to win game 3 and game 4. I expect them to win game 3. I want to see how they win game 3 to where I pick for game 4. Because I do think the Nuggets could win the series. But I don't believe it until I see it, because I've seen Jokic in these type of positions and not close it. I've seen Jokic in positions in the playoffs and not move and not advance and move on. Same thing with Murray. So until I see it, I've seen, and the one thing I can't take away from LeBron and AD, I've seen them win a championship before together as 2 core. And now they have good role players. They have role players who are capable of creating their own shot and getting up numbers. They have guards who are able to control the ball. They have defenders who are able to take dudes and make dudes have bad stretches of play. So, and this is one other thing I want to say to you. The Lakers still got an ace up their card. One thing that hasn't been played this whole series. What do the Denver Nuggets do if Jokic is in foul trouble? Jokic has not been in foul trouble yet to where he's been out the game for a extended period of time. And the Denver Nuggets are trash when Jokic is on the bench. Next,
not last night they wasn't.
They weren't trash when he was on the in the closeout game, Bruce against the Suns while they were away. Bruce Brown 13 points. KCP 21.
Game 3 and 4, they lost.
I get that, but while they were away, like you said, they don't show up. KCP 21 points while they were away. Bruce Brown 13 points while they were away, coming off of the bench. The only role player who shot poorly was MPJ, and that was it. The Nuggets as a whole, while they were away, shot 54% from the field, 36% from behind the arc, and 94% from the free throw line against the Suns while they were away.
All right, fellas.
Lakers win game 3, Ron.
We got a lot of super chats to get to. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these. We got to talk about the game tonight, and we still got to do our pick'em contest. I got some good ones for you guys, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We got 1 million super chats. We're gonna go ahead and run in as many as we can. Marz, it looks like there's a question for you from What You Say Gang. He said, Marz, it's looking like Harden going to the Rockets. Who's the new team?
OKC. Thank you for having me. It's gonna be a good journey. It's gonna be a good journey. Shay, Giddy, Chat, whoever we get in the draft. So I'm looking forward to a nice journey with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
After all this, Dell didn't answer the question, but it's fine, man. It is what it is.
No, ask the question again, please.
How do you feel? How do you feel about Jokic so far in these playoffs, man?
I said dominant player in the playoff. I said that.
I mean, but does it change your perception of who he was as a player?
I still have Embiid better than him.
That's what I was about to say. Bell, just so you know, what he wants to hear is Joker is the best player in the playoffs. That's what he wants to hear.
I still have Embiid better than him. I do.
Why?
The same reason if we was better than him 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But why? But like, if Embiid showed you that in the postseason, in particular, that whatever you thought that he was going to do.
You know why I hate when people do that, because that narrative, it only works for them when it works for them. It's not consistent in bases. It's not a consistent thing. You said if Embiid showed me in the postseason that he was better. The way Embiid played basketball, if I was watching him play basketball on the freaking street, and Jokic playing the street, I would say he's a better basketball player.
Even when he's missing shots like he was in the postseason.
But okay. But you see, this is my thing. So based on what you're saying, Jimmy Butler should always be a top 10 player for you, playoff player or whatever.
At least above Embiid.
Exactly, at least above Embiid. But
what I'm saying is if the argument was that when you was watching them is that if Embiid has to be making those shots for you to feel that.
Play a lot of times though, a lot of times. So it's not me just watching this sample size. Has Joker been better than Embiid this playoff? 100%.
It's every playoffs though. It's literally every playoffs. It's not just this playoff. Embiid. No. Embiid is a notorious playoff dropper. It's every playoffs.
Do you notice something? And I hate bringing this up. Let's say last playoff when they lost to.
I'm looking at it right now. Look, I'm looking right now.
Hold on.
Go.
They lost to the Hawks. Embiid tore meniscus. This year he's playing on a
LCL.
LCL, I'm sorry. So I get what you're saying, but he's getting back up and still trying to go out there and hoop. It was not once that his big ass ain't fall down when some hurt his knee and he had a healthy playoff.
All right. If that's I'm more acceptance of that. I think that even if he's healthy, he would still perform poorly. But that's if you want to say that,
we'll never know.
Well, I guess that's an excuse that we always get at Joel.
And one other thing, James,
for years. It's
only been 2 years though, Lo. It's only been 2 years where he's dropped. My fault, Dell. Go ahead.
But James Harden is doing to NBA teams.
Sad.
These last 2 years,
it's sad.
He's a real terrorist.
But
that man got Doc Rivers fired, then left.
Wait, he left?
You talking about James Harden?
He's going to Houston.
Yeah. Wait, he's gonna go back to Houston. That's like real?
Yeah, they just reported.
It's pretty like
it just came out on Bleacher Report just now.
Y'all gonna hate what I'm about to say, but James Harden's gonna end up in Phoenix.
He's gonna end up in Phoenix.
I do think I agree with you.
I think he's gonna go to Phoenix.
I agree he's gonna go to Phoenix as well.
And then I will remain a Houston.
Dale, you can't support KD no more if you do that, bro.
Why? What did I do with KD?
You see,
we don't need to talk about KD. Dell didn't want to be. Dell didn't want to talk about KD.
We're not doing that. We're not doing
that. Dell, they're gonna try to get rid of Chris Paul because Chris Paul was. But
that's a bad take though, because it's the KD and the super team.
No, I don't care about that.
Next super chat.
I'm just telling you. I agree with you. I agree with you because Chris Paul is done. He's done. They're gonna try to get an upgrade.
Next super chat, fellas. Marz, how you said his name?
Harden wasn't even a freaking all-star this year. To talk about that's bad for your boy.
David Virginia said this was debated on Open Gym. If you switched AD and Jimmy in 2020 in the finals, how do the Heat do?
They get swept.
What? They still lose.
What? Yeah, they do still lose. What are you talking about, Dumb? About him dropping?
Oh, the Embiid thing. It's not every playoffs where he drops. The last 2 years he dropped in 20. I'm looking at it.
I'm looking at it.
What you call it? In
the bubble,
2017, 2018, it was a slight. I mean, he went from 22.9 to 21.4. I mean, cool. It was still a drop technically.
Okay.
I would say 20. What was it? Was it 2017, 2018? He went from 23 to what, 30? No, that was 2019, 2020. My fault. Yeah. But it's still not every
in the bubble
2018,
season,
2019.
In the bubble season is the only year where he saw a noticeable increase, and that was because it was a one series run against and they were just feeding him against the Celtics, and they were just feeding him routinely. Outside of that, every other playoffs he's dropped. Outside of 2020, that's the only one where he didn't drop.
2020, 2021, he didn't. Is that a drop? 2020, 2021, is that a drop?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, y'all, look at that. Look at Dell, bro.
Yes.
All right, fellas, moving along.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes, I'm saying 2020, 2021 wasn't really a drop. I agree. He's still, in terms of him compared to Jokic, yeah, he drops way more than Jokic. I'll give you that. But I'm not going to sit there and say every single year he's went to the playoffs, he's dropped. That's not true. More times than not, he has though.
I just think that when it's close, when it's close like it is with both Joker and Embiid, when the separator is the playoffs, that's what you have to go on. I mean, it's not like a situation with Jimmy Butler where he's good in the regular season or he's great and then it goes from here to here.
And I'm not okay with this notion that Jokic still hasn't been able to. He ain't been able to do it, so I'm not gonna give him his flowers, his credit. I will say this: 2019, 2020, he ran into the championship Lakers, and we all know what happened. He got clamped up by AD. He lost. Since then, he's not been the same player, and Jamal Murray ain't been there. Jamal Murray was hurt.
But every year he's been eliminated by the team that will go to the finals.
You say that now, Damo, but if the Lakers walk him down and win this series, what will you say?
What would I say? I will say the same thing I said going into the series. I think the Lakers have the best big, but Jokic is still the best center in the NBA.
No. So you still would call? Hold on. You still would call him the best center if he gets walked down and lose this series?
So who would be the best center if he does
then?
I'm saying,
I'm saying, hold on. How can you be the best if you get walked down?
Who would be the best? In order for Jokic to not be the best, someone else would have to be the best.
Who would be the best center?
I don't think AD is a center, so I'm not gonna say AD is the best center. I think he's the power forward. I've said AD's the best big in my opinion, but Jokic should still be the best center. He's still gonna clear Embiid in my opinion. Not much is gonna change. Now I'm not gonna be able to elevate him into those all-time great center conversations in terms of.
So we're not talking bigs. There's only two centers in the league. Really. Okay, not talking bigs. Okay.
So I'm talking strictly centers, and
Well, he got really change. All he has one person he playing against.
But still, it's not.
That's why I've been saying it. To be fair, I've been saying it for like the past month. I have been saying
that's fine.
Respect Domantas Sabonis.
No,
that's crazy. Stop. That's crazy. I don't even think he's a center for real. But anyway,
get off that.
When it comes to Jokic, I just feel like the last 2 years in the playoffs, I mean, he hasn't really. And it's the same thing you would say for LeBron when he doesn't have it. You'll say for any star player when it's clear when you have context. He has not had the supporting cast to take the team to the finals. One man is not supposed to win you a final.
I agree with you. That's why I said this year. No. That's why I said if they get walked down this year, when he does again, this will be the second time he did. How are you still going to be trying to give him that all-time credit? Like Lois Glazing.
He said he doesn't. He just said he doesn't do that.
Okay, so hold on. He doesn't. Fluent, I'm glad you came back in here. You my brother. Chilltown turned his back on me. Look, I want to ask you one question. I want to ask you one question of what they said, Fluent. Going into the fourth quarter last night, the Lakers had a 3-point lead going into the fourth quarter, right? Do you think the Lakers were controlling the game going into the fourth quarter last night or not? Y'all sad, man. Y'all
Tone, that's a yes or no question, Tone.
Let him answer. Let him answer.
He's thinking. He can't let him. He's not allowed to. Fluent. Just let you know, there's a lot riding on this. There's a lot riding on this.
Either you know basketball or you don't.
So. Yeah, either you know basketball or you don't, Fluent.
Having the lead doesn't necessarily mean you're controlling the game.
Did you think the Lakers are controlling the game?
Oh my
God.
God.
Be careful, Fluent. Be careful, Fluent.
Can you hit that button? Can you hit that button?
Fluent, you don't know basketball.
Yo, Fluent, it's a lot riding on this answer.
There's nothing riding on it because it's my opinion. In my opinion, I felt like the Nuggets were in control of that game.
You're not a ball.
Hey, Fluent, I hate you, dog. I hate you, bro.
Yo, wait.
You don't know basketball.
You hate me too. I don't know basketball. I don't know nothing about basketball.
Hey, Dell,
hold on.
Matter of fact, I shouldn't even be up here with you doing. What am I doing here?
Okay. Y'all really believe, like in y'all mind, watching that game going into the fourth quarter, the Nuggets had control of that game?
I didn't even.
I don't think anybody.
My opinion is not every team. Sometimes no one has control. It's just a game that's up in the air. That's what I think it was.
It was a game of runs.
I think it was a game that was up in the air. I went into
taking a step further.
I don't know who's going to win this.
Dell, do you think that the Lakers had control of that game going into the fourth?
100%.
That's fine.
Thank you, Dell.
Easily.
How could it have been easy when they were going through a stretch while they couldn't score and they were blowing their 11-point lead?
Look, the pace of the game. The pace of the game was more in favor of the Lakers. Yo, the turn up happened when the Trey Pounds, Murray coming out, boo, quick Trey Pounds, fast break layup, Bruce Brown, all in the fourth quarter. That pace is Nuggets, especially at home. But the Lakers slowing down, getting shots, even missing, bricking shots, offensive. Bro, that was a Lakers game. This is why when you saying that, I don't think I honestly felt Lakers could have walked away with that series 2-0 had a couple of things go differently.
That's what every basketball game is.
Literally, I'm thinking that's like every basketball game.
Not every basketball. I'm coming in late, but you're going into the fourth quarter up by 3.
Not
one possession game going into the fourth quarter. Now, just because I'm sorry, Bob.
When it's close,
Bob, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Obviously, every game isn't like that, Dale. But the majority of basketball, competitive basketball games, the ones that are competitive, anything could change the game. But I thought Denver went on a 10-point run in the third quarter though.
But that's that. You're right. I'm rewatching it because I'm also telling myself the run that he's describing was in the third quarter, not the fourth. But again, I didn't want to say anything because I need to watch it.
We watched it once, Lo. That's enough.
It should be enough. But I'm being told two different things now.
When did Jamal Murray get
the Michael Porter 3 that you're talking about was in the third? I just watched it.
When was Jamal Murray flurry?
That's not what you just said, though. You said
I brought that up.
Jamal, no, you did.
You said the pace. You said when the pace started to change. That's what you said.
Jamal turned up in the fourth. Jamal turned up in the fourth. You are right, Dell. But in the third, Denver went on like two different runs in the third quarter,
and they were still down.
No, but they have brought it within like 1 point.
They was in three.
They brought it
game, and the Lakers ran it back about 5, and then they scored.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I look at it where it's not controlled 100% by the Lakers.
I just want to know though, you feel that if you're up, you're automatically in control just because you're up?
No, we talking about the tempo, the pace of the game.
No, I'm here. I'm coming in late. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, hell no.
And Dell, with that being said, even though we started the fourth quarter, it was a one-possession game, and it was in favor of the pace of the way the Lakers play. Denver has won games like that too. That's not like that's a situation that favors Denver, where they can play slow.
You got to understand the fact of everything y'all give me the Denver Nuggets, and the Denver Nuggets is at home. You see what I'm saying? So the basis is who's more not concerned. Who in that scenario is like, I got to be more on edge? I would say the Nuggets, the Lakers,
because they're at home. Sure, I can get with that. Sure, I can get with that. However,
why?
I don't feel that. I feel the opposite.
I do say the whole time. Though, anytime the Lakers are up 10, unless it's the very end of the game, the Nuggets ain't worried about that. You see how easy they get, like they're in the game.
So 10 points ain't enough. They got that in your back pocket, right? So if the Nuggets have the home court in their back pocket for the first two games, and why is it so crazy to say that the Lakers lost these two games?
They did lose these two games.
They
literally lost these two games.
Yeah, it's not crazy to say.
Listen, I don't know about.
I think it'd be crazy to say they didn't lose.
That's like literally what happened.
Yeah, I think it'd be crazy to say they didn't lose.
Wait, Dell, honestly, I'm trolling.
I forgot, and sometimes you guys.
Yeah. I'm trolling.
We know what you meant. We know.
So you mean the Lakers had the game and they gave it away? Yeah. I don't feel that way though. I think Jamal Murray just turned up. So Dale, you missed a couple of shows. What I've been saying is that I think that the top three Nuggets players have more potential to carry than the top three Lakers players. Not saying that they're better, but LeBron James isn't the same LeBron James he once was. He can't just throw this whole team on his shoulders like he used to be able to.
Agree.
Jamal Murray, on the other hand, Nikola Jokic, on the other hand, I believe have more ability to do that. That's why I don't feel like they're scared of the Lakers at all. And that's why I also don't think the Lakers were in control of the game, because if you keep seeing how they'll pull away real quick and then boom, the Nuggets on their ass, and Jamal wasn't even playing good, like you said.
But no, you see that's the disconnect. You say on their ass, I say Lakers, y'all doing dumb shit now. Y'all not doing
that's basketball, bro. That's basketball.
But wait.
And we talking about LeBron James, just like somebody said earlier. He's quote unquote the highest IQ in the NBA. Why is he doing this? I'll tell you why. Because he's out of gas. He's out of gas. LeBron James is 38 years old, and y'all keep looking at LeBron like he's the same.
But I hate that narrative, Bob.
Hold on.
But I hate it.
It's not a narrative. It's not a narrative.
It is.
No, it's not. Fluent. You felt it before. Fluent.
If he plays,
hold on. Let me.
If he plays well, oh, he's 38. He's so amazing. If he plays poorly,
that's not what I'm saying. That's not okay. But what I'm saying is, Fluent. That's how it works. He has the ability to play great because he is a great, no doubt about it. But he's also 38 years old. Fluent. You've been 38 and compare yourself from 38 to 30. Compare yourself from 38 to 34.
Yeah, at 38,
you were able to do things. Hold on. Let me just get it off. He once was able to do things he's not able to do anymore. You can look on his face and see physically. Physically, but when you know, but
when I was
that when you're
38,
tired,
when I was 38,
Fluent,
I was significantly.
You know when you're tired that you make bad decisions playing basketball. That's why you have to be able to function while tired. That's why when we were younger, we'd have to shoot free throws at the end of practice. Make them while you're tired. Do this while you're tired. LeBron James was dying last night. I was worried for the man.
When I was 38, when I was 38, I was significantly smarter than I was at 28. And although my body couldn't do the same things that it used to, I was smarter in terms of decision making, positioning, etc. I didn't see that last night. That's all I'm saying about that. Is I don't like the he's 38 excuse, because, like I said, if he plays well, he's amazing. He's 38. If he plays bad,
so why did he stop attacking the rim? Because he couldn't.
He did attack the rim, but like,
let's 2 possessions and he got 2 layups.
You're 38. You're 38. You're tired. You're in Denver. You're in Mile High. You're gasping for air. Go up and make the damn layup. Why are you trying to do some cradle stupid dunk? That's not smart basketball.
That's why Anthony Davis started shooting threes too, because he was exhausted. Both of them. You didn't. All right, bro. Y'all. I see, but once again, because I had to deal with this yesterday when I was up when Elder was up here or the day before. Y'all are delusional Laker fans, and y'all refuse to see what is going on here. Like, they were walking up the court, they cannot breathe.
They were walking up the court.
Exhausted.
They were exhausted. I don't know if Fluent is saying that.
I was worried about LeBron. I ain't gonna lie.
Fluent.
Your mic is muted.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
You're also like lagging.
Your audio's not fluent right now. But hey, I got to step in. We got a bunch of super chats that we got to read. I got super chats pertaining to you, to individual super chats for you guys. So I'm gonna read those ones first. But before I do that, it is a super chat pertaining to the exact situation we're talking about. A pimp named Slickback said LeBron and AD have played 42 minutes a night. There's very little rest in this series. This is going to catch up to the Lakers faithful. Those guys cannot play heavy minutes on 1 day of rest.
Not heavy minutes in Denver. I'll say that. D'Lo shouldn't play heavy minutes.
Thank you. That was also crazy. D'Lo minutes down the stretch of the game was crazy.
I'm sitting there thinking like, man,
Ron, you okay, Ron? Look at Ron's
face. I'm trying to find this one for Dell. Oh, here we go. All right. Lonnie Williams said, So is Dale's logic just based off the eye test?
Yes.
Because it looks like production, history, stats, none of that is relevant in terms of how he's judging them.
Yes, it is. Yes.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It is though. I'm
gonna tell all y'all why it's stupid, right? Because I don't change what I say game by game like you guys do. So that's why not everybody up here. Every other day it's a new hero. Every other day, someone's washed. Every other day, this, that. I don't do that. I go off of the history of what someone consistently showed me as a player of they do. You are saying he's better than Embiid. Were you saying that before he made the playoffs? Possibly. And did it get better when he went to the playoffs? Yes, that's your own opinion. But don't make it seem like because Jokic is having this out-of-worldly experience or playing as amazingly at basketball in the playoffs, right away, that passed off all the times I've watched Embiid play. Embiid do work.
When it's been 3 years though. It's been 3 years of Jokic being.
But Dell's for Embiid's been better every single one of those years.
I know, but he can't say that.
I have Embiid winning MVP if that's what y'all want to go by.
No. But when you say history and just what's facts, the last like 3 years in the postseason. Jokic
and regular season
and regular season, my bad. But undeniably in the playoffs, Jokic has been better in the playoffs for the last 3 seasons. That should not be this year and 2 years before. That shouldn't be.
And that's what y'all used to say he's better, or y'all just say he's better.
No, I'm saying if you're saying like this is the first, this is not the first time.
So does that make
me personally? I'm not saying me personally. The last 3 years, he has been a better basketball player than Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid might have in the playoffs, regardless.
So say he would have played bad in the playoffs and still had the same regular season. Embiid would have been better than him, or who would have been better?
If Embiid played better than him
if Embiid played the exact same way, you would say
from the regular season to the playoffs, he stayed the same.
And he
I still would not think. I still don't think.
I would still think Jokic is better. If this was the one playoffs where Jokic played bad, but Embiid still had the past 2 years of underperforming in the playoffs compared to regular season and the previous other 2 years before whatever.
Every single playoffs for the last 3 years.
Okay, so I can't assess him. So I'm going off of whatever he shows me.
He's
so
still
if he's because he's hurt in the regular season as well, and he doesn't look this bad.
He came in the league hurt.
If he's
been hurt forever.
He's hurt in playoffs with LCLs and all. He's resting.
Yes, he was. He had a knee injury heading into. That's the reason why he didn't play the last Denver game, because he was hurt. Then he was hurt at the tail end of the regular season, so he'd been hurt.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If this was still regular season basketball, Embiid wouldn't be there. He wouldn't have played. He came back or rushed the comeback because of the playoffs, is what I'm saying.
Can you just tell me what basketball wise, just what you're seeing makes Embiid better than Jokic? That's all I got to hear.
I think he's a better defender. I think he's better offensively than Jokic.
All right, offensively means scoring. Offensively means scoring.
I know, but we can move on. Please, let's move on.
I'm just letting you guys know. That's what he means when he says offensively.
Let's just move on. I don't want to. Let's just move on. Don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm done. I don't care anymore.
I don't know how you cared in the first place.
No, it's no.
What you said, Marz?
You knew what Dell was going to say.
Well, why can't we? Why can't we just remember? I did say that Giannis was a better offensive player than Jokic. I was wrong for saying that. I did say that. But if Dell thinks that Embiid is better offensively than Joker, if you could tell us why, what's wrong with that? Why is this? No, we're just going to completely dismiss.
I was waiting for that.
Ron, we can go on. Because I'm not gonna go off of just scoring on double teams.
Right. You see how crazy it is, like how blasphemous some of the stuff y'all say to me. How is it so crazy to think that Embiid's better offensively?
Ron, no.
You view offensively different to everyone else. You view it as just scoring. That's right.
Ron.
I don't think it's crazy to say Embiid's a better scorer than Jokic. I don't think it's
scoring, sure, but offensive play.
That's what he means when he says offensively.
I know, and that's why
I'm translating.
No, I agree, but
let him speak for himself. Dell, is that what you believe?
No,
just scoring?
He knows what I believe.
Yeah, it's scoring. That's why I also just want to keep
the only part of offense scoring.
That's why.
Damo, it's because he's a better scorer. That's why he believes he's a better offensive player.
I wanted him to tell me, but okay, that's fine.
Moving along, Playmaker Guido said, "Hey Marz, maybe it's time for you to support the San Antonio Spurs. They have a fellow Gunnar like yourself by the name of Jeremy Sochan playing for them.
He's UK's a clown, finest. Bro. He is UK's finest. But no, I can't go support the team that robbed my team of the #1 pick by rigging the NBA draft lottery. I can't do that. But I do root for Jeremy Sochan.
Even though if the Houston Rockets won the draft lottery, it wouldn't have been rigged. But because they won it, it's rigged.
Don't worry, Marz.
It's rigged. It's rigged because everyone knew he was going to San Antonio.
I know everybody did.
Everyone knew he was going to San Antonio.
She knew they were going to win as well.
Everyone knew.
The Spurs got it.
The moment people found out about Wembanyama, they said he was going to San Antonio.
I was the person.
They don't want to mess this one up. Let's give him the best tutelage we can. Everyone knew.
I've been saying
like,
for
it was
over a year
obvious.
now.
Everyone knew he was going to San Antonio. I just had to maintain hope.
I've been saying over a year now he's going to San Antonio. I can be very honest. That is not a popular belief. Everyone, maybe it's not popular because they didn't want him to go there. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, people didn't know. People didn't want him to go there. But as a person that's been saying, yeah, he's going to play for Pop. Nah, how could the?
But you might have been talking to Houston Rockets fans who were in denial. Like,
I saw way more stories about him going to Spurs than anywhere else.
Yes, anywhere else.
Way more.
One of my college teammates was signing his contract to become the shooting coach in the Spurs. It came out yesterday, but he knew like a week ago. He's like, yeah, Wemby's pulling up.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a bust.
It's rigged.
Why you say that?
But chill. This gave me 85. Watching it over, Patrick Ewing in New York vibes.
Yeah, that was rigged too.
The draft lottery been rigged for a minute. So,
like, if there's anything that is rigged in the NBA, it's the O2 Western Conference Finals and the draft lottery.
Okay, Marz, we don't have to talk about that.
I never heard that one. I don't even want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it either. I've never heard that either. So we don't have to talk about the O2 Western Conference Final. We can move on. No. Bob. We're not talking about that, Bob. We're not talking about that.
We're safe.
Oscar Proud Jr. said, Elder said it on your show ticket. Bron sold this game. D'Lo absolutely should not be on the court longer than 15 to 20 minutes. They need Dennis on D. Still, give me Lake Show in 7. I'm not sold on Denver.
I have the series going 7 games. So.
You do?
Yeah,
I was wrong.
I still think the Lakers win the 2 games on their home court. And then I think they just split 5 and 6, and then game 7, and then Denver wins. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's. I think it either goes to 5 or 7. I don't think it's a 6-game series.
Lakers in 6.
So Quay White said, "Do you guys think the 3
So wait, you think Lakers going to win the next 4 games straight?"
I'm not folding on my original.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate.
Hey, and like I heard on this platform, and as soon as the Lakers lose, Lakers in 7.
Facts.
Y'all wild, bro. Y'all are insane.
Yeah,
Anastia said Vic probably didn't want to go to Houston anyway.
You know, see him celebrate when Houston got the 4th pick.
Hey,
like,
who was the best player from France? He played in San Antonio. Why shouldn't Wemba want to go there? He loves it. It's beautiful.
When did Evan Fournier play for San Antonio?
Fire.
Boris Diaw's crazy.
I mean, he did play for San Antonio.
Trolls.
Well, Tony Parker is a better scorer than Larry Bird in the playoffs. So.
And Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph's
there's a list of 6 guys actually. If you want.
I forgot the list, but I remember Larry Bird and stuff was on that list.
Wilt was on that list. Steph Curry was on that list. Dirk Nowitzki was on that list. Dwayne Wade was on that list.
Yeah.
Tony Parker scored more points than all of them.
So you might be right, Fluent. You might be right.
And you know what? It means nothing.
He's got to pass Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes might be the best French player I've ever seen. So we can move on. Superchats.
So Quay White said, "Do you guys think the 3 AD shot when it was 99 to 103 was a bad shot? Austin Reeves was shooting 43% from 3 and was wide open on the wing with 17 seconds on the shot clock.
And it went in. It went in.
I think anytime AD takes a 3, it's a bad shot.
It might be, but it went in. So
he made the first one. He missed the second.
That's the one he's talking about.
Yeah, but he's talking about the one he made. He's talking about the one he made. I think every time AD shoots a 3, it's a bad shot.
I hate Anthony Davis on the long ball.
We can agree. Just because it goes in doesn't make it a good shot.
No, that's right. It's
when it goes in, it's an even worse shot because then you're gonna shoot it again.
I wonder who drew up the play and called it for AD to take a 3.
I don't think that wasn't a design play.
Pop it back up again, real quick.
Was it LaCoach?
Fluent. It had to be LaCoach.
It was the corner 3. It was the corner 3.
Pop it up again. Yeah, pop it up again. Yeah, pop up there.
That was not a design play. James had the ball. James had the ball. He was in action with D'Lo, and he ended up fighting. Anthony Davis was in the corner, and he fired it to Anthony Davis. That was not design. I don't think
the corner 3 is the one he missed. Yeah, the corner 3 is the one he missed. So yeah,
I think he's talking about the one. I think he's talking about the one he missed. Yes, he's talking
about
when
it was 103-99. The one Anthony Davis.
Yeah, AD missed the corner. He missed that corner 3.
The one he made in the corner. Didn't he? No, that's right. He made.
No, but the one he's talking about specifically is the one he missed.
And was that not drawn? I thought that was a drawn
He made
play.
the one before that though.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about the one he made to cut the lead to 2. I think it was to cut the lead to 2 or 4.
I think it cut to like 5. I think.
So Quay White's in
it was 99 to 90. Now that I remember, it was 99 to 91.
Yeah, so he made it 99 to 94.
Yeah, right. That's the one.
So the one he missed, that was the one. That was a drawn up play. That wasn't just a happen.
So the one he missed. I'm thinking about the one he made. That's what I'm thinking.
Either way, I think anytime AD shoots,
let me.
I'm blaming Darvin. I'm gonna find with a blame Darvin every chance I get.
There's no way he drew that up, Dama.
Man, he drew it up.
No, he did not. I can tell you exactly what happened. So, like I said before, what's going to happen? They just switched Jamal Murray on Dennis Schroeder. So they tried to pick at Jamal Murray. They did so. Schroeder was open. Schroeder got the ball. Since he's not a shooter, he drove in, collapsed the defense, and Jokic was willing to give a corner 3 to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was also wide open. So the gentleman was talking about, he was open. He got the wide open 3 and he missed it. That's what happened. So the decision, like I said before, putting Jamal Murray on Schroeder and making them run pick and roll action with Schroeder instead of Austin Reeves was the adjustment that was going to be made, and that was it. I mean, it's that simple. I said that last game, but I mean, maybe I don't know basketball.
Facts.
I still blame him.
Drink More Water said, "Who's the better sidekick right now, Jamal Murray or Kyrie Irving? Who had the better playoff run?"
Jamal Murray's always been the better. Stop.
Hold up, right quick. Who had the better playoff run, Murray so far this year, or Kyrie in 2016? Murray is putting up 27, 5 and 6 on 47, 41, 92 shooting splits.
One of them won a championship.
So if he wins the championship, that changes Marz?
No, because Kyrie's still a substantially better player.
Yeah, he's still a better player.
But as of now, one's in the conference finals, one won a championship. I think the one who won the championship would say they probably had a better playoff run.
Yeah.
Just so you know, that one super chat you just had up with what Chris Broussard said about Wemby is absolutely nuts.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Never heard that in my life.
He said if Wemby is KD, Anthony Davis, or Hakeem, it's a disappointment.
He's a disappointment. Yeah.
So if Wembanyama turns out to be Hakeem Olajuwon,
he said even if he's
a
Hakeem,
disappointment.
it's a disappointment.
He said if he has a career like Hakeem, Kevin Durant, or Anthony Davis, if he's one of those three players, that's a disappointment. That's how good.
Y'all do know he doesn't really mean that though, right? Like he just
he said that with a very bold face.
You got to say
I mean, okay. I mean, a lot of times. I mean,
with the exception of Olajuwon, I agree.
I see y'all cats up here do that all the time. Y'all say
With the
stuff.
exception of Olajuwon, I agree.
I mean, Hakeem is clearly the craziest one. If Wembanyama becomes Kevin Durant and you're disappointed, I don't know what you expect.
Serious tone? If we got a dude that comes in, so if we got a guy coming to NBA that's the number one overall pick in the draft. He's the number one overall pick in the draft. He ends up leading the league in scoring 4 times, is the Finals MVP twice. He's a top 10 scorer all time and wins the NBA championship. He's a disappointment. That's your logic.
You missed a piece.
What part?
You missed where he leaves his
Forget
team.
the leaving part. We're talking about his career, Tone. We're talking about his career, Tone. We're talking about his career. He's a disappointment if he did all of those things.
Peak troll from Fluent. Peak
troll. No, you're
picking
and choosing what part of his
See what I mean?
Absolutely not.
He said this with a straight face.
Are you serious?
We say stuff for clicks too. Look at us.
If he's the best defensive, I think Hakeem Olajuwon is the best defensive player in NBA history. If Wemby turns out to be the best defensive player in NBA history, he's a disappointment.
No, if he's Olajuwon, you're happy. If he's Olajuwon, you're happy.
If he's AD
You're
playing
more than
wise,
happy.
we're calling him a disappointment. Playing wise, not injuries. Not
No, but see, but you're taking pieces out.
But what are we supposed to? So we're supposed to say, oh, if he's Anthony Davis,
If his career follows AD's, you're not going to be that happy with the greatest prospect since LeBron James.
Player comp. We're not talking about the health.
That's why Anthony Davis was.
Just so we clear,
Anthony Davis was the greatest prospect since LeBron James.
And are you happy with Davis' career?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Davis' career?
Yes, phenomenal basketball player.
How good do you think Anthony Davis should have been, Tony? You think he should have been Jamal?
If he didn't have the injuries, I think he could have been better. Like he should be in the
like Jamal good,
like top 5.
So like Jamal good
the year he played.
So you think he would have been Shaq good?
No, these are players who peaked at the best player. I don't know.
Once again, we're talking about the number one overall pick in the draft, who, when he was coming out of college, had that kind of hype. So, are you telling me that Anthony Davis coming out of college, should he have been Jabbar good? Should he have been Shaq good?
For this,
should he have been Olajuwon good?
Era with limited big men, yeah, he should have.
Maybe Patrick Ewing or David Robinson good.
Yo, Fluent. My question to you is
that's fine.
My question to you is if you know that he's gonna be
Kareem good is
that's a little much. That's a little much, Lo.
Just a tad.
Just to midget.
Oh, let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. If AD was a top 5 player every single year, didn't have the injuries, and was a top 5
David Robinson,
would there be people who had him in that conversation?
With David Robinson, sure. Not
with
Kareem.
Kareem might be a stretch.
Shaq's a stretch. Hakeem's none of those guys.
Both of them are stretch.
I never said
the second tier of bigs.
Yes, the second tier of bigs in his era.
He'd be in the second tier of bigs with Patrick Ewing, David Robinson.
He would be David Robinson.
I can get with that.
He'd be with those guys.
Fluent. I want to ask you this question. I want to read this follow-up super chat too. Man. But if you knew that he would be Anthony Davis or Kevin Durant, if that was his ceiling, would you take him number 1?
What?
You're the
yes.
No, we do it. What are we talking about right now?
Now I'm asking.
Ron. Man. Hey, give me Scoot Henderson.
If someone said you can draft Kevin Durant number 1 and you say no, thank you.
Nah, give me.
You are fired.
Is Portland still not kicking themselves for taking Odin over Durant? Like, of course you take him number 1 if you know that's who he's going to be.
That wasn't a bad pick.
No one's going to be
at the time, yeah, because
there's no one in the draft, and I understand what Chris Broussard was saying. There's no one in the draft that's going to be better than KD or AD. There's no one in the draft. So what he's saying is, in my opinion, of what he's saying is, here's the expectations of this guy. He is going to be he should be the face of the league. He's the best prospect since LeBron James. You have guys like Chill over here saying he's going to be the new prototype of what NBA players should be. 7 foot, who can dribble, who can shoot, who can pass, who can defend. So look how much the expectation on him. So if he's below that, it will be a disappointment because we're setting that bar so high. And if you're setting the bar so high, anything less is going to be a disappointment. I get what he's saying. I'm not saying I agree with everything.
Kevin Durant.
He's the one who's putting up the hypothetical bar. That's the problem.
The bar
Kevin Durant literally changed the mold for certain NBA players. He literally changed the generation of a type of NBA player. And he said if he's that's a disappointment. Chris Broussard lost all respect to me in terms of analyzing draft picks,
including the injuries and the jumping and all that stuff, jumping teams. Because let's be honest,
that was not what they were talking about. And Chris Broussard made it clear he didn't know what he was talking about. He had no idea what he was talking about. He was talking about Wemby averaged 21 and 10 overseas and Luka, and he averaged 16 when Luka was playing EuroLeague. Like he was confused. He didn't know what he was talking about.
Why in the world?
Okay, that part
he's literally speaking. He's just spewing nonsense.
He's just talking.
He has no idea about Wembanyama. He compared Luka in the EuroLeague to Victor Wembanyama's stats in the French league. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't.
He genuinely is. He's clueless.
I believe Marz and Low, what y'all call it, chatting? Is that what y'all call it?
Yes, he's chatting. He's
chatting. That right there is peak chatting.
He has no idea what
he's just talking. That's all he does.
Yes, he has no idea.
Also, did y'all see
I'm trying to add context. I didn't see the.
I see what you're saying. But when he followed up with Hakeem, then it just came across like it's just purely talent.
I disagree with. And I said I disagree with the Hakeem.
But did you all see Lisa Salter say, "Wow, man, this Jokic guy is pretty good. Like this is my first time really watching Jokic, and I'm like, bro, like what? Like, bro, like what are y'all talking about? Those are peak chatters on those bro, peak chatters, bro.
A lot of the people don't watch the games actually.
She literally openly admitted she didn't. She has not focused on Jokic, bro.
She said she hasn't watched the Denver game in like 10 years.
This is 2-time league MVP, by the way, back-to-back seasons, and I don't
forget that he said. Forget that he said KD, AD, and Olajuwon. Forget the names for a second. But with the amount of hype that Wemba's coming in, if he's not a top 5 player by year like 3, 4, like will he not be a disappointment? Because the bar,
it depends. For the expectations people have, yes, but their expectations are way too high.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
No, I get what you're saying, but people's expectations don't make sense. I saw someone say top 3 offensive and defensive player by year like 3. That's ridiculous.
Nuts.
No, the best offensive player. They said the best offensive and best defensive player by year 3.
James wasn't the best offensive player in the game.
There's not many people who have ever been that.
But they believe that he'll be more dominant than LeBron, though.
Their expectations of him are ridiculous.
And that's why I think he's more realistic to disappoint than to exceed, because your expectations, you're right, are unrealistic.
Anastia said they expected Vic to become the best player in the league by year 3 on both sides of the ball.
No, that's
not fair, man.
That means Wembanyama in year 3 will be better offensively than prime Jokic at 31 years old. Prime Luka Doncic at 27 years old. He will be better offensively than those.
What?
That's unrealistic.
And he'll be better than Olajuwon in year 3.
Like it's ridiculous. Like how many people can you say have been the best offensive and defensive player at any point in their career in the NBA? There's I don't think you can.
No, actually, not even Jordan. Actually,
I don't think you can. Jordan was you can name one.
Well, Kareem.
Kareem Shaw.
Put it this way: you can count them on one hand and still have
LeBron.
You can count them on one hand and still have fingers left over.
And I won't do it, Marz. I will not.
So the 3 best players ever, the only people who maybe have done it.
And that's the standard that we holding them to.
LeBron's never been the best.
You ain't making an argument for Will.
You're not. I'm just checking.
You're not.
Yes, in 2013, LeBron was the best defender.
Tim Duncan, the GOAT. Check out Flown and Chill from last night.
To answer that question, I don't see Mark Eaton. I think he's Ralph Sampson with a jump shot in the hand.
Mark Eaton. What?
That's what dude just said.
Better version of Mark Eaton.
Christ, Mark.
I like Ralph Sampson.
That's what he just said.
I like Ralph Sampson.
What if he's a better? No, he's not, because he's a better offensive player. Like I said, I see a better version. I see Ralph Sampson with a better handle and a jump shot. That's what I see when I see him.
Do you see him being this like really? Like other than hopefully blocking shots, but I don't know even about that. Do you really see him being a defensive like stopper.
In today's
he's not going to be a one-on-one guy. He's not.
That's what I was about to say.
But
there's a
he's
difference.
going to be a Roma. He's going to be Giannis on stage.
I think he can be an elite rim protector, though. I do believe that.
Yeah, if he's roaming. That's what I meant to ask Dell. Damn.
About defense.
Yeah, about how does he feel about AD's defense? Because it's so weird to me. Like over the past 2 years, Giannis has just gotten slandered because he's roaming. But now ESPN has done this thing where they're marveling the idea of putting Rui on Jokic. Rui and Jokic and allowing AD to roam, and they're just accepting that. But for the past 2 years now, when Giannis was roaming, it was a massive problem. Now all of a sudden,
xenophobia.
Oh man,
that's what it's on.
It's all it is. It's xenophobia.
AD on Earth. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
What?
I've said some stuff. I've said some stuff. I know that I've said some stuff on this show.
What's xenophobia? A fear of
that I've had to walk back 100%. But to say that,
princess.
But to say that Kevin Durant is a better defender than Giannis, I got to take these headphones off and get up out of here because I can't handle it. That I ain't saying you wow, you super wow for that.
And some of the comments were agreeing. That's the worst part.
All I'm saying, it is
if you read the comments on those clips, they'll be like, "Loki has a point." If you really think of genuine, this is why I don't take a lot of people's.
That's what I meant to ask him.
Did you mean xenophobia?
I think he's a better defender than KD. I think
It
KD's a better defender than
from the
Giannis.
Greek.
I'm for real.
I'm
gonna smash it.
Meaning fear of. Every phobia comes from the Greek. There you go.
But look, this the problem with these guys that's on the media, is because instead of watching the games, they watch Low, Ticket. They watch y'all. They watch all
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I wouldn't know shots fired, Low. I'm saying they watching all y'all with the big channels, and they not watching the game, so they taking bits and pieces of what y'all talking about, and then they acting like they know what they talking about, and they really don't.
I'm not going to call out a show, Bob. I'm not going to call out a show because I don't feel like I want to give him any more love. But I've seen direct quotes from our show, and I'm like, yo, didn't Marz say that? Didn't Chill say that? Didn't I say that? Didn't one of us? I'm like direct quotes, and I see them posting it as their own, and I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be the big $1 billion.
I've been sent a few clips by viewers of people using stuff that some of us have said or stuff that I've said on the main platforms. I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy.
And so what I meant by that, there wasn't no shots fired. What I meant by that is they're trying to use takes from podcasts with no context, so they're not really. Which
is worse because when somebody call you on it, now you got to explain that, but you don't know what you're talking about.
So that's what I'm saying. I wasn't getting that Low and Ticket and y'all with the big channels. I'm saying they're taking y'all takes without knowing the context of what y'all talking about.
In the words of the great Jay-Z,
that's for years.
In the words of the great Jay-Z, want to fight much, but that's cool with me. But then you want to bite much, that's cool with me too.
All right, y'all. Let me run down on these super chats, y'all. Raekwon Kofi says, so basically Jamal Murray trolling the Lakers. He takes off the first 3 quarters. Man shot 5 for 17 when Vando and Dennis guarded him. D'Lo is getting cooked. Lakers are minus 40 when he's on the floor.
D'Lo trolling.
That's a troll. D'Lo trolling. That's who's trolling right now.
Bruce Brown's in his head. Bruce Brown is in his head. 100.
Sitting after the game with your damn jersey tucked in, shooting shots like some inspirational story just to come out and play like that, man. Bro, sit him on the bench, bro. Lonnie get
Damo, you don't like them 10 points in the first quarter? You ain't feeling that?
Swaggy P told us who he was.
I don't care how you start. It's about how you finish. If you finish like a bum, you getting cooked, flambéed, torched, and we lose, man, damn that 10 points in the first quarter. It ain't mean nothing.
Yeah. He finished the game with 10 points, Damo.
Exactly. So for the first quarter, he was fine. The second, third, and fourth quarter, he was a ghost.
Did you guys talk about the whole? I don't know because I had to miss that piece. Do you guys talk about the Embiid? Because I know I came in on an Embiid conversation, but did you guys talk about Embiid and that stupid graphic that he's the only MVP not to make it to a conference final?
We didn't talk about that, but
why is that stupid?
Why is it stupid? Because he just won his MVP 5 minutes ago, and it was 5 minutes ago that Jokic made his first conference finals. To bring out a thing that he didn't ever do it 5 seconds after he was announced as his first MVP is so disingenuous and such a narrative push that I think it's a joke.
This joke is second trip to the West Finals, though.
I think they mean I don't think it was since he won the MVP. I think it was just in his whole career he's never made it. But if it was since he's won the MVP, that would be ridiculous. Yeah,
that's what it was. It was he said that.
Are you sure it's since?
Because he's only been in the second round.
He's the only MVP who hasn't made it to the Eastern Conference Final or to the conference.
Oh,
he just won the
yeah,
MVP.
that's bad. That's bad.
But they're not talking about since he won the MVP. They're talking about in his whole career.
They're talking about his whole career.
That's what I thought.
But I'm just saying he just became an MVP 5 seconds ago.
I know, but I get what you're saying. To me, the more damning was narrative. To me, the most damning one was the 9-point drop off in the postseason, which is the steepest drop off from a score.
Yeah, that's
the biggest drop off from an MVP. That was.
There has to just be something when you talk about a league MVP that's playing bad. There has to be something that you can explain. Like, all right, if my numbers go down in a certain area, all right, I can explain this. But to go down almost 10 points.
Didn't Wilt have drops like that?
Not to 9, not to 10. Because the year that he won, the year he scored 50, he didn't win it. That was Bill Russell. The year I actually researched it, so I actually know exactly what you think.
Wilt's MVPs was
all the years that his rookie season was his biggest drop, and it was a 7-point drop. The next 2 or 3 years when he was scoring all those points, he didn't win MVP. They all went to Bill Russell, and so then he didn't start winning MVP. So later on, when the scoring was more doable,
consistent.
That's what
I think Ron had a super chat that he just had that he wanted to ask too.
You got a lot of super chats.
Yeah.
We got 102 chat.
I'm keeping chat in the loop. I'm keeping chat in the loop.
No, we don't, chat. We don't.
I'm keeping
Lowe's lying. Ticket's right. Lowe's lying.
On Flew and Chill last night, we got through every super chat and still had time left over to speak with our people. So just saying.
No, you're not wrong. Give it up.
W host.
What you got, Don? What you got, Ron? What's up, Ron?
How Ron give it up?
What's up, Ron?
That's why we don't get through the super chat. That's why we don't get through the super chat.
I know this right here is why we don't do it right here, chat. This is it.
What you got, Ron?
Tony said, Damo, do you think ESPN looks at Let's Keep It a Buck for basketball takes?
I hope not.
No, I'm not saying no. The only one that I can confirm that they have looked at is me spearheading the mainstream media wanting to hate on Russ like a year or two ago. I was really spearheading the Russ slander. That's about it. Other than that, I don't think so.
Monos00 said, I don't want to hear LeBron better than Kobe talk after old boy stinking up the joint. The Mamba would feast on the chicken nuggets in that high altitude, especially
at 38 years old. He would. That's what you're saying. Yeah, you sure about that, Goofy?
Kobe was retired at this age. So
what are you talking about?
I thought we could use.
Ron, I know that you've got 108 super chats to get through, but if we have time, I do want to go through the analytical top 10 that we went through on Fluent and Chill just to get everyone's take on it.
I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to lose brain cells when you hear this.
No, you watched the show last night, Bob. Did you hear it or no?
We'll get to it in a second. We'll get to it.
Okay,
we got 200, man.
Let's go. What you got?
Leo said Nuggets role players don't have to play out of their mind because their stars are consistent.
Thank you.
That's a fact. I was going to ask that too.
Next.
Raekwon Kofi with another super chat said, Low is lying. Ticket is right. The game fluctuated because of Darvin Ham's lineups, bro. Lineup with Dennis, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, and AD controlled this game. You can't play D-Lo in this series.
I said that as well, but
that's not what Ticket said.
I'm gonna say I literally said that, but you got it.
That's
you,
what I said.
D'Lo should be out this series. Not forget his minutes going down. He shouldn't.
I said he shouldn't have started last night. That was my thing for game 2. I think
D'Lo for Kyrie in the offseason. D'Lo for Kyrie in the offseason. Let's go.
I told you guys about D'Lo in the playoffs too.
You know it's coming. You know it's
coming. I do know it's coming, Joe. I do.
You know it's coming. Wasn't it Mike Malone that switched up his substitutions that he usually does with Jokic? So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to always blame Darvin Ham for doing something wrong as opposed to Mike Malone just doing something right.
No, they both switched it up because he started Vando in this line. They both switched it up, to be fair.
Yo, you get punched, got a counter punch, Bob. That's how it goes.
Both of them did switch it up. They did.
No, I'm not talking about the initial lineup for Mike Malone. I'm talking about, I think it was the third when he put he rested Jokic early
He did.
Kind of offset what he usually does.
Yes.
And that kind of threw
and the Lakers couldn't capitalize off that as well. He actually took him off the floor when AD was still there. And that really, I was like, wow, I don't know what Mike Malone is doing. And we still couldn't capitalize off it. You're absolutely right there. Good mind. Y'all. Good memory.
Moving along, straightway Georgia Elder Rufus. Y'all know him. Y'all know the GOAT. He said, gotta share the love since Underdog won me 1K last night.
Yeah. Nice.
He definitely didn't bet with the chat. Congratulations.
Like speaking of which, chat, we got the last contest up there right now. We'll be getting around to that. You know that good old money that we about to win in a second.
Yeah, we got 97. Jesus.
Shout out to Elder, the only person from
More just came through,
PC that donated to the shoe drive.
Oh wow.
Cheap ass. Give me that $3, Bob.
It's for the kids.
June 17th. Yes, we're doing a shoe drive. The GTA Mavericks. You can look it up on GoFundMe. We're going to give a bunch of kids who don't have shoes.
If you got the link, could you drop that in their private chat?
I will drop the link in the chat.
Drop it in the private chat and the real chat.
Yeah, you should have seen it. I'll definitely post it on the timeline.
Post it. You gonna drop some low?
I mean, pause. Jesus.
Focus, Low. Hey, Low. Focus.
I will be donating money.
Thank you, Low. Focus.
Hey, Mr. Money Bags, man. Come on. I'm out here with $3. I'm gonna spend my $150.
Oh man, 150 is crazy.
Damn, 50% of your net worth. Oof.
Oh wow.
Don Wick said, "These are the two great teams. No lead is safe. These are two great teams. No lead is safe. The better team just had to close."
Yep.
Yeah. Denver did that.
I am Steven Allen said, "Ticket. Why don't you like Jokic? He's just like Jimmy and Giannis. He ain't joining super teams and not ducking smoke.
He ain't made it.
He does like that about Jokic though. He does,
but he ain't made it to the promised land yet.
Gotta win.
If he wins 2 more games this series,
whole thing changes. So much
the narrative switch.
So much so that he's a top 12 player now.
Akoma Mikey's burner said, "Ticket. I was in Low stream. He literally said it doesn't feel like we are winning when they went up 10. LeBron won me 1,600 on that last bucket, by the way. GOAT."
Shout out to you, man, for as well watching me on the stream, because I was saying that routinely. I said routinely, it doesn't feel like we have that much of a hold of this game at all.
C-Book Network said Coupon TV getting grilled today.
Oh man.
Adam Ramirez said, "Talk that talk, man.
Chill."
Pimp named Slipback said, "Just to clarify something, what Marz said is exactly what Jay Williams and Vince Carter. I guess those two guys are computer nerds too."
What did you say, Marz?
I think it's about the Lakers lens and stuff. I'm assuming, because that's the only thing I've really said this year. So I think it's about that.
Huncho said, "Ticket mad that Carmelo ain't half the player that Jokic is for that Denver team."
I don't think he agrees with that either.
Melo made the conference finals and battled against Kobe. What are you talking about? Exactly.
And lost though.
Melo made the conference finals and battled against Kobe.
Hoodstar 61 said, "Damo, they said you can't take him out the starting lineup, not cut his minutes."
Yeah, you can.
No. I sat there and said, "Yo, we should bring him off the bench. We should XYZ." And I was told, "Nah, you can't do that because it messes with his mental." And
I know.
Paid and all. Nah, don't tell me they said, "Oh, they said don't start him." No, they told me don't not do that because of his mental. You don't know how that affects basketball players.
Bruce Brown messed with his mental. I might be the only one who noticed this, but every time Bruce Brown made a shot or made a layup, D'Angelo Russell comes straight back down the court and tries to get his revenge and takes a dump for it.
You remember that
every single time that happens.
You remember the block he got, and then D'Lo was like, "Yeah, I told you, I told you like that around here. Don't worry about it. I got it all down right now." And Bruce Brown looking at him like, "Okay, I got you, clown. Don't you dare worry about it."
Like he's definitely trying to prove something to Bruce Brown, and it's no way.
Bruce Brown of all people, bro.
Of all people, man.
Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's how easy it is to throw him off his pivot. We can't rely on that.
Yeah.
Send him to Houston, bro.
Oh wow.
That boy me said, "LOL." Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Won me $400.
Hey.
Nice.
I see a lot of people ain't betting with the chat.
I know, right? Hey, y'all in the chat betting, but ain't saying a single word to us. Y'all come here next day saying, "Man, I'm the one XYZ," and they ain't saying nothing in the chat right now.
They're like, "What chat say?" I'm gonna do the opposite. Bam.
I won 1,500. Like, dang.
I guess this is a good time for me to say we still are doing that $500 giveaway. Today is the last day to get into the contest. So if you haven't downloaded the app or went to the website, use the promo code ThePanel. You better do that before today ends. Monday, we will be doing our drawing live on the show for a $500 giveaway. On to the next super chat. Jacob Williamson said, "La Perimeter seems to be shooting his way out of games again. What's the best remedy for LeBron? What's the best remedy from stopping Bron shooting threes when most
of those are wide open?
You ain't gonna stop him shooting threes.
No, he's not.
No, Ron,
he's gonna keep shooting it.
That is a Ron question. Ron, you let us know, man, because you told us all season long you're gonna start mounting up. So Ron, you tell us.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting.
Oh wow.
Keep shooting.
God. Hey, the numbers are gonna balance out at some point.
If you open, shoot that shit.
Ron, shoot him off the long ball line, Ron.
Shoot it till your hand fall off.
Nobody up there that's a bigger James guy than me. Get him off the long ball line. You're killing him.
I don't know. When I miss 3 or 4, I just tell everybody, don't expect me to miss again. Law averages, I'm gonna make the next 3 or 4.
But you're a shooter, though. But you are a shooter.
Hey, no.
There's a difference between that. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Chitchat.
There's a difference between a shooter and a guy who can shoot from time to time. Those two things are not the same thing.
Hey, Damo, you got to get in touch with him. Tell somebody to tell Bron, if you hit the rim, that means you hot. Shoot it till your hand fall off. Hey, tell LeBron, shoot it till you break it, brother.
I'm pulling up the crypto. I'm pulling up the crypto with a huge sign saying "Stop shooting the ball."
Hey, shoot it until it start clicking, bro.
They need to give him the Russell Westbrook treatment. Boo him when he's about to shoot.
I'm at
that point.
Low game close.
I'm getting so close to booing him, and I'm actually so appalled that the way that they're defending him is just egregious. They're defending him as if like he is still respectable. They should not be switching Jamal Murray on him at all, bro. Like you gonna
boo him, Lo?
Oh yeah, he's blowing us games because he's shooting bad shots.
Y'all ain't loyal.
Who's not loyal? No, you're right. I am loyal to my Lakers.
Loyal either. Apparently, I'm loyal to
LeBron. I'm loyal to the Lakers. And if you're a detriment to my team winning, you're a terrorist. And
that man almost gave his life for y'all last night.
And it wasn't enough.
Stop it.
You're getting paid that money. You have to literally give your life. That's what you have to do. Not almost. You have to.
I'm so sick. No, I am so sick of being a Laker fan, and all these star players come here and they bring all they bougie crybaby fans with them, or they're dumb haters with them, and people are just focused on they're focused on one player. Bro, I've been a Laker fan my whole life. I do not care about the star. I care about the ring. I need LeBron to be the LeBron James that I thought he would be, which was, you know what? I'm going to be smart. I'm going to go ahead and navigate. I'm going to be point guard LeBron. That's all I want. Be a playmaker, be a point guard, be a navigator of the offense. Stop trying to be Michael Kobe James. This is not, like, I don't know why you're 38 years old and you still have the mentality, I got to prove people wrong. Who do you got to prove wrong, LeBron?
I don't think he's trying to prove it. I think he's just tired.
He has to be. No, I'm not using
Damo, let me ask you a question. Damo, do you feel
in Denver how long?
As a real Laker fan, as a real Laker fan, do you feel LeBron's tenure in LA has been a success or failure?
Oh no, I'll be real. He got us a ring. I can't call it a failure. He got one. If he wasn't able to get one,
one's enough.
One's enough. Honestly, one's enough. Because you got some people who are fans of these teams who you can't even see a team get to the finals. You know, you can't. You don't know what winning is.
Oh man, you talking about?
You got fans, and my camera getting blurry. You got fans 25, 30, 46. Ain't never seen a team win. Ain't never seen a team do nothing. So yeah, that
Ron, mute this brother, Ron.
Hey, Big Dogs is hollow. I don't even talk about nobody.
I'll tell you. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence, and I got some Twitter trolls coming after me hard because I said, I don't know as a Laker fan if it's a success because you missed the playoffs twice, you got bounced in the first round once, and you won a ring in the bubble, which is legit. But like when we talk about the Lakers, we don't win one. Magic didn't win one. Kareem didn't win one.
Jerry West won one. Jerry West won one.
And that's why he's a failure.
Well, that's a failure.
Oh damn.
Elgin didn't win none. Elgin didn't win anything.
Elgin was even though he went second, dude.
Fluent, is that?
So you're telling me the franchise was a failure until the 80s?
No. What it is? That's exactly what he's saying, Lo. Because you know who Tone is. Tone is that spoiled, rotten kid. That's who he is. That he thinks that every year we should be doing this. When in reality, it's not that simple. No, it's not.
I'll say this. Can I just say this though? When it comes to the Lakers in this tenure, the only reason why I'm not going to be on the train of it was a failure. If we finished this year off with Westbrook and didn't make the playoffs, I'd have been like it was a failure. In my opinion, the fact that we was able to show that with a team that's actually built correctly, like in 2020, the fact that we was able to show we still had the potential to be a great team, and the fact that we made a deep playoff push this year, it's not. I can't call it a failure. The other 2 years. Wait, hold on.
This question was before this year. This question was before this year. So 4 years.
Before this year,
one first round and one ring.
And before this year, one healthy season. We had a ton of injuries in 2021. AD gets hurt in the playoffs. And in one season, we have the biggest loser of my generation. So I add context. I give clear context to why things are happening. There's a cause and an effect. And now this year was another repeat of legit failure and disappointment. Yeah, the tenure, you went 1 for 3, gang. That's the
conversation. Just so you know, the conversation, to add some context to it, the conversation was when it was looking like the Lakers might not make the playoffs this year, and it was going to be three misses, one first round and one ring.
We would have had a conversation.
This year changed. I think this year changes a bit. That's why I said I'm on the fence.
Hey, yo, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am so sick of you people trying to say, oh, Don Praise is losing again. None of you bums talk to me. I host Twitter spaces talking about basketball. I legit interact with people all the time. If y'all are too punk and too scared to actually conversate with me, I'm not going to say the other word. If y'all are too punk and too to actually talk to me about hoop, stop talking like you've been watching my content and been watching me all this time. I'm still new to y'all. Like, and best believe, I'm not like nobody else on Player's Choice. I really get down with the vocals like that. I don't talk to anybody about anything. Please.
Now, Ticket do get down with
if you get suspended, I support you. If you get suspended, I support you.
And I'm saying names. What's your name? Shift God? Bozo? Pull up. Follow me on Twitter. I will make a space called Shift God's a Clown and come prove me wrong. Bozo.
Free Domo.
Hey, Domo, if you ain't been suspended yet, bro, you ain't about that action.
Chastising the fans is not a good way to stay on here, Domo.
A lot of these people, I think.
What'd you say, Chill? What'd you say, Chill?
I think a lot of these people in the chat, a lot of them, they're people who they want to feel happy about being able to say, yo, I got punched in the face by Mike Tyson. So they'll say wild stuff just to be able to say, yo, I got in the ring with Lowe and Lowe destroyed me. When in reality, we know for a fact you don't know how. I've forgotten more basketball than you know.
That's not what they're going to do, though, Chill. Oof. They'll get in the ring, they'll get knocked out, and then they'll be like, see, I smoked that dude. I smoked that dude. Man.
Half of these dudes here talking about, yo, you don't know basketball. I'm confident in that. I've forgotten more basketball than you actually know.
I just realized LeBron so far in this series is shooting 70% on twos, and he's taking threes, bro.
Falling back on him. Crazy.
And whoever that guy, and like I said, I don't really pay much attention to the chat, but whoever Jimmy Two Shoes is, if you ever, once again, my man, I am not hard to find. I am not hard to find. Please,
I was guarantee you, Jimmy Two Shoes would never pull up.
I am not hard to find. Of all the people up there, I am not hard to find. In the words of my man Biggie Smalls, you know where to find me.
Yeah, I'm very hard to find. So
I'm not. I am not hard to find.
You guys ain't gonna run no fades with me.
I am not. Come through.
All right, y'all. This is the perfect time to transition into our pick'em entries and our nice contest for the day. Euro, you ready to get into this? We got a couple players on the docket that we're gonna go ahead and run down their stats for the day. First person being is Marcus Smart.
Hey, yo, chat, help us out.
Chat just went higher on everyone again.
Please,
I'm
don't,
talking about the
Please
ones
don't.
that's winning. That's I'm talking about them.
They're not sharing.
Marcus.
They're not. Why are they going to share?
That's crazy.
So we got Marcus Smart right now, and he is slated at 13.5 for tonight's game. How are we feeling about this?
Points?
Yeah. The chat said
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna go higher.
The chat said higher. You guys saying higher or lower?
I think the chat saying higher. I'm saying lower.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have like high assist game, low points game, like an 11 and 9 type night. That's what I think.
Okay. Well,
I'll go higher for this one.
Chat went with higher, so higher's where it's at. Next, we got Bam Adebayo. Rebounds.
Shout out to Marcus Smart. 2 years ago, we would no one would have said he's going.
This is the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm about to say because 2 years ago we would not be saying that. But shout out to Marcus Smart, man.
Rebounds
that was a waste
for
of
Bam.
game too, by the way.
The chat said higher.
Wait.
Lower.
Wait, it's 9. It's 9 flat.
Yeah, 9 flat.
So if he gets 9, what happens?
It breaks even. You got to get over. It has to get over it.
Higher. Has to get higher.
Are you allowed to gamble, Marz?
No.
Technically, though.
Moving along, last but certainly not least, we have Jason Tatum.
Oh boy, y'all love, but y'all playing with the wrong names. No way. Tatum is oh man.
Higher or lower, 6 turnovers.
Talk about a terrorist.
Yeah, I'm about to say Tatum will get it. Is it turnover one? No, it is not.
Wow,
okay, y'all playing this a wrong name.
7 free throws made. He can do that.
You see that points and rebounds? Yes, that's the one we're gonna go with.
Oh my
Chat, it was so close. It was so close that now we have to ask everybody up here.
You think he's
and
gonna go
divvy it up that
10?
way? 39.5 higher or lower points and assists. How are we feeling, fellas?
Points and rebounds.
Points and rebounds. Thank you,
bro. It's lower, Bron. It's lower.
Wait, why don't you just do free throws, man? He's only gone over 7 free throws for 4 games this postseason run. It would be free throws. No, you go under on free throws.
Low, we got to make it hard on ourselves. Low, that's too easy.
I don't know why. Hey, I'm not. That's crazy. No way. Elder saying higher. Elder one a band.
Yeah, we'll go with Elder. Elder won 1K.
Do whatever Elder says.
He's trustworthy. We'll go higher.
Y'all picking Jason Tatum to bet on is crazy though, but you got it.
Higher it is then. Chat, this is so nasty that we go higher on everything, but hey, let's do it. Hey,
everyone just has the game of their lives for us.
Hey, you know what? No insurance today.
Wow.
Go ahead and throw 25 in there. And you know what? Greed is really a thing. Don't click that submit. Go back to Jaylen Brown. Yeah, no.
Euro is screaming in the background.
Oh, lower on assists. There we go.
3.5 assists?
Lower.
You think he'll get under 4? You think he'll get 3 or fewer?
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
No, that's crazy, Marz.
What's wrong with lower on 3.5 assists for Jaylen Brown? That's what he does.
Marz said it, so that's what we're doing. Hey, if we're allowing Marz to troll us, then let's do it.
Marz just blew the bag.
That's the only
this whole playoffs, he's got above 3.5, 7 times. It's not that. Like,
that's half. That's 50% of the time.
So I'm either right or I'm wrong.
Higher or lower? Wrong. Yes, you're right. You have a 50% chance.
Exactly.
So why didn't we choose the Tatum over 7 free throws made? Because he very rarely does that.
I said to do that one, but
yeah, that one makes more sense.
Y'all
got me yelling like it's my money, bro. What's going on?
What do we do it here?
Euro, I think Euro's taking over right now. He's about to do something. I don't know what he's
doing his own thing.
Oh yeah, let's do Jimmy Butler. Let's do Jimmy Butler for the 20 times.
Euro going crazy right now.
Euro said, "I'm about to win on this account." He said,
"Do your thing, Euro. Euro, do your thing, man."
Let's do Jimmy Butler assists.
Oh,
LOL.
All right. Euro, do you got something for us? If not, you can go ahead and click that good old submit button. We've entered 25.
9 free throws? You think Jamal's getting 9 free throws?
We've entered 25. The payout is $250. We're not going to take the insurance today. We're going to go ahead and submit this. As you guys can see up top, the payout multiplier is at ×10 right now. Go ahead and click that, enter it. This is where we're at. We'll talk about this on Monday. Remember, for everybody that doesn't know, if you put 100 in your account, 100 will be matched. If you put 50 in your account, 50 will be matched. Just make sure you use that promo code, the panel, or you could just click the link at the top of the chat. Also, once again, there's a $500 giveaway on Monday. If you've entered your name in and you've used that promo code, you will be eligible for that $500. We'll talk to you guys more about it.
Bob puts in his $3, does he get 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Bob, man.
Good way to double up.
Money, baby.
It's a good way to double up. All right, let's get into this game tonight. We got game 2. We just talked about a bunch of different stat lines and whatnot. What do you? I need thoughts and predictions on game 2. Celtics, Sixers, or
it's
Miami. Celtics.
Yeah. I have Boston.
It was supposed to be that, but yeah.
I was about to say those bums are back.
No,
they
should be, man.
They gone.
Oh man,
they gone.
Should have been in the finals.
The interesting thing about this series is that it's so hard to gauge because I don't know how long the Heat are gonna just continue to shoot this well. Because I don't it's so hard for me to gauge because they're shooting. They shot 50% from 3 in that last game. And if they keep shooting like that, then genuinely speaking, no team I don't think the Bucks can be. I mean, the Celtics can beat them. I did again, Jimmy kind of turned on in late games, executing down the stretch. It seems as if Jaylen Brown, without a doubt, can't stand in front of him. So I do like that, and I like the fact that they do pick on smaller guards out there with Heat as well. They execute really well down the stretch of games. I want to say maybe I might get a better shooting performance from Jaylen Brown and Tatum because they just were egregiously bad from 3. But then again, it's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're they're one of the most inconsistent duos I've seen in quite some while. And Al Horford has just been a stinker in a postseason in terms of his shot selection or not even selection, just his ability to make the shots. I will be interested to see if Ime, not Ime, what's his name? I want to say
Missoula.
Ticket
no,
don't say
Kaka. Don't call him Kaka.
Yeah,
don't do that. Missoula.
It will be interesting to see how many minutes that Missoula continues to go with other players in terms of the rotation instead of just keeping the big lineup out there, especially because the Heat are getting away with 4 guard lineups or 4 wings and just bam out there. And so they're playing really well in those stretches. And so it kind of speeds up a lot of what they do in a half-court set, and it makes it harder for them to kind of contain and cover a lot of ground. So if they're going to continue to play that way and they're going to continue to punish them with their shots, I actually do believe Miami can pull out the upset. Tonight, maybe not so, but I do want to see what Missoula is going to counter with those lineups as well.
Wow, that was a lot of words to not make a pick for tonight's game.
I have no Miami. I think Miami could actually. I think Miami could genuinely.
Miami wins 2 on the road.
I think Miami can genuinely. Because I don't know what is. Again, I'll ask what is a counter for them playing, basically 3 to 4 wings at one time, but just Bam out there is the only 5. What is a counter to that?
I'm glad you brought that up, Lo, because I'm looking at a group with Marcus Smart, with Robert Williams, and Derek White. So you got all league defenders on your team. Not only do you have all league defenders on your team, you actually got guys in Jaylen Brown who take assignments. Jaylen Brown took the assignment in the semifinals against James Harden. So with that being said, they have to be better defensively. It looks to me like with this Miami Heat team, their confidence is at an all-time high. Caleb Martin actually looks like a viable wing scorer. He actually looks like a really good rotation guy. Max Strus, who I remember last season, went 2 games without making a shot. Not making a 3, he didn't make a shot. And I think he went 0 for 16, 2 straight games. So I think Jimmy has these guys in terms of their confidence. I think he has them playing way higher than they normally would play. Now, when I think about the Boston Celtics, the way that they came out, they got outworked. More than anything, I feel like they got outworked. And I think that they have to put more effort in defensively more than anything. I think Jason Tatum got some really good looks. I think Jaylen Brown also got some good looks. Marcus Smart, I think that was a wasted game in terms of, I think he had 11 dimes in that game. When was the last time you seen Marcus Smart throw 11 dimes? I haven't seen that. A lot of that stuff going to the basket with him and Robert Williams, also finding Derek White in transition. Grant Williams is another rotation guy that I think that they need to get some more quality minutes out of that they haven't gotten out of. I think that Jason Tatum plays better tonight. I think Jaylen Brown plays better tonight. I think that they beat the Miami Heat tonight.
Somebody asked why Grant Williams not getting any minutes because of what I just said. When they're running these heavy wing or guard lineups that Miami's running, like you can't get away with running that many minutes of Al Horford, Rob Williams, or a duo of Al Horford and Grant Williams. That you can't run that many minutes with two bigs out there like that or two forwards. And Rob Williams probably being the most athletic, not probably, he is the most athletic out of all of them. And also Grant Williams offensively is not making his shots over the past like 4 games. So that's why he didn't play.
You could try and hope that you beat them on the boards enough that they adjust. You could. That just hasn't been the case. That wasn't the case in the first game. But here's the thing. That first half, there was a lot of like throwback Kyle Lowry, keeping the game closer than maybe it should have been. So do I think I'm going to get another one of those from him? And do I think Boston, who, like, let's be honest, again, it's just on paper, has the better team, the better roster, right? Like, do I think that Miami's just going to do what they did? I don't even know how they did it in game 1. So no, I think, to make my pick, I think Boston evens out the series, gets their game at home. You know, sometimes, not always, and I know that Jimmy's not the type to do this, but sometimes a team that goes on the road and wins one, they're happy with the split, and there's even if there's a little bit of a letdown, I think that's enough for Boston to get this one.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. I agree.
I had Boston in 5, so I'm going to stick with Boston in 5.
I did too.
5.
I mean, as Boston had to lose a game in order for it to be a 5-game series. They've lost the game, so until 5 is impossible.
Okay, but Marz, what is in all seriousness? What is your thoughts on them running basically 4 guard lineups with Bam, and like how hard that is to defend?
So Marz, what they do is they go Kyle Lowry, they go Caleb Martin, they go Jimmy Butler, and they go Duncan Robinson, and they go Bam.
Or Gabe Vincent.
Take Duncan Robinson and they go Gabe Vincent. How do we counter that?
The counter to teams going small has always been to go big.
Right.
If you can punish a team inside and make them have to adjust to you, that's always been the counter. And that's why teams like the Jazz, when teams go small against them, they struggle because Rudy Gobert couldn't punish teams inside with his ability to play down low. But if you have guys like Robert Williams, who's a vertical spacer, you have Al Horford, who's capable down low. You also have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who should have more of an in-between game, which they would actually blow this whole thing up. If you just have an in-between game, you can rise up over the top pretty consistently and find those type of interior passes. I think the answer does come just from Boston having more size, and you have to play to your strengths. You don't, because Joe Mazzulla's heavy on the 3-point shot. The 3-point shot isn't what's going to win them this series against Miami, and I think Miami know that. That's why they're going small. You have to play them inside. And then in the first half of game 1, they were doing well getting inside, and I think they need to stick with that. You have to play an interior type game, like not to the Lakers degree, but like that. You have to play. Everything has to be working inside before you work outside. They seem to work outside in. I think they need to work inside out. That's the counter. And whether or not they do that, I don't know. But until it's no longer possible, Boston in 5.
Oh wow.
Ox, how you feeling about tonight?
I got Miami. Y'all, I got Miami again. I had Miami game 1. I got Miami in 6 in this one. Y'all were saying that this was going to be a quick series for the Celtics, and I strongly disagree. I don't think, like Flo, how you said, I don't think that what's his name, Kyle Lowry, doesn't do what he did in the first game. I think he's locked in. When you said that they're happy to split on the road, I disagree because
I said some teams have a tendency to do that.
Some teams do have a tendency to do that. I don't think this is one of those teams. I think I know that Miami has that what we call like bar fight mentality, that back alley mentality, where they're like, yo, we could get down in any alley because we got Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? We got Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry gonna pick something up. You know what I mean? So they got that mentality. Whereas Boston, they're looking at Jason Tatum like, come on, bro. Like they want to fight. Like, let's fight. Jason Tatum is scared of Jimmy Butler, so he don't want to fight. You know, so that's a big difference to me, and I know I harp on that, and I know y'all are tired of me saying it, and I don't.
But it's true though. I can't believe I'm listening to this, but it sounds nuts to hear that a star player is afraid of another star player.
So Jimmy Butler is the best player in the series.
I don't know. Jimmy Butler is not the best player in the series, but he's playing the best because basketball. He is a dog. He's a killer. He's so Jason Tatum is like a part-time killer. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler is a full-time assassin. You know
I think he's the best player in the series to me. I think
Bob.
It could be that. What's up,
Bob? I hear what you're saying. Even you too, Chill. Like to a certain extent, he may be intimidated by Jimmy a little bit. That still don't mean he's not gonna get off in this series. And I got tonight being one of those nights where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both have good games. I can't really decipher. They're both kind of a bit inconsistent. I can't decipher who's really gonna have the better game or who's gonna explode. But I got to be in one of those games where they both score over 25 and one may touch like high 30s.
But so like what Marz was saying. When Marz was saying like they got to punish him inside and whatnot. I've always been a big Al Horford fan, and I like Robert Williams a lot too. But like I'm not saying they're like Rudy Gobert, but Al Horford want to shoot a gang of threes. He do. You know, Robert Williams is relying on that lob threat, and those lob threats aren't going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, just like Chill always says, Jason Tatum's in between game is damn near non-existent. So what are they going to do? All of a sudden change up? Eric Spoelstra, like I said already, I apologized yesterday. I'll apologize again. Eric Spoelstra, he's got it up top. Joe Mazzulla, not so much.
If you outplaying me, that's one thing. If you just playing harder than me or you're a more skilled player than me, then that's one thing. I ain't scared of you though. No, I'm not afraid of you. And that kind of stuff gets my blood pressure up because at the end of the day, I'm a pro, just like you a pro. And you might be better than me. You might have other things that I don't have. But what you're not gonna do is you're not just gonna push me around. I'm not scared of you. And for that to even be a conversation is nuts to me.
Chitchat, do you got a big brother or a little brother?
I'm the big brother, actually.
You're the big brother, so that's what it is. So for me, I'm 8 years older than my little brother. I knew one day my little brother was gonna be bigger than me. So while he was smaller than me, I'll let him know. Like, that hurts, huh? Don't play with me.
What a brother you are, man. Brother of the year over here, man.
Well, no, I'm saying ain't nobody else gonna touch my little brother. But he know don't bring it to me. And that's I believe that's how Jason Tatum looks at Jimmy Butler. Like, man, it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, he just don't want that, bro.
Hey, be that as it may. I got JT going crazy. It's gonna be we all know this. It's gonna be a couple games where JT explodes for high 30s, 40s. He's gonna do that a game or two in this series.
But the problem with that is, and that could very well happen tonight. I'm not denying it. Right. When Jason Tatum goes off, though, it's primarily on like jump shots, which is fine.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And they'll be playing into what they want them to do, which is like we all saying, completely remove the mid range or attacking the basket or getting down low, and just beat them with a bunch of long ball shots. And like that's just not like that's
sustainable.
It's not sustainable because Jason Tatum is not that good of a 3-point shooter. And
like,
so,
Tatum 7 for 11 night, it might win them a game, but Eric Spoelstra will be like,
"That's not going on the entire series. That's not.
We're cool with that. You beat us by making 7 threes."
But that's who the Boston Celtics are. They live by the 3, they die by the 3. That's the problem.
Which is that is also the problem. But the crazy it's just so odd and frustrating watching Tatum and Brown, but in particular Tatum, just try to go long ball at the long ball when it's like, bro, like you are genuinely speaking the second or third biggest player on the floor. And if Bam is being taken out the paint because he's having to defend or semi-defend Al Horford, because I don't know who knows what he's missing or making. But like, bro, like you at some point, and this has just been an ongoing problem with him for the last 3 years, where like you have the size, you have the length, you have the ability, you have to get to the basket. You just have to. And you have to do it routinely and post up and score in that manner. But relying on jump shot shooting in a series where they're playing small, it's like, bro, we can the way that they're shooting, we can without a doubt outshoot you.
And to your point, Lo, like a lot of people don't recognize this. Jason Tatum is every bit of 6'9".
Yes,
every bit of it.
Every bit
like
of
this
it.
isn't a small dude. He ain't a 6'2", 6'1" guy. He's 6'9". So when you got a guy covering you that's 6'5", I should, especially with his skill set, I should be able to get whatever I want with you. I should be able to do that, but I don't. And to
Jaylen Brown too, though. Jaylen Brown can post up. A lot of them other guys, they can get mismatches. Other than Jimmy, I like Jaylen Brown in the post against just about any of them dudes.
What about Caleb Martin?
Him too.
On the block with Jaylen Brown.
Realistically,
I don't think Jaylen Brown's gonna. He is a dog, but so is Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin's not small. He's not just gonna abuse Caleb.
Okay, Caleb Martin might be the exception. It might be Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, and Bam Adebayo. But you can find a mixed match with Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry. Even Kyle Lowry,
strong, bro.
He is, but he can shoot over the top of him.
Facts. That's a fact. But it's
unlike Joel Embiid, unlike Joel Embiid
man.
Unlike Joel Embiid getting switched on to Kyle Lowry and throwing the ball out the post, I can't handle it. I'm sorry.
But Ron, my thing is on the block. I used to hate when it was, so for me, I would rather have. So I'm 6'8". I'd rather have somebody 6'9" guarding me than one of those tweeners. You know those 6'4" guys that's supposed to be playing football. Yeah. I would rather you be 6'9" and guard me on the block. Because when you sit with those 6'4" cats on the block, bro, all they doing is trying to get up on your thigh and push you out, and so you can't really turn around and get that shot off. You all off balance. If you 6'9", I'm just gonna face up. I'm gonna cook you. But those 6'4" dudes, but they kind of hard to score on.
Shout out to Grant Williams.
Yeah, I get
shout
that
out to 6'4" chill. Shout out to 6'4" chill.
Here's also the thing too, and that's no offense to you, but your bag isn't like Jaylen Brown's bag.
Not at all.
He's guard oriented in the point where he can take 2 dribbles, step back. He can do a spin move. He can.
I got all that.
All time, but not to his extent though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know for sure.
It's like when he gets a smaller person on him, he still has moves, counters, and all of that on top of just being able to bully you as well. On top of being probably the most athletic person in the series, so he can literally just jump over you. It's a lot of different things he could do.
But see, those are all things that like they probably tell themselves like, bet we'll take that. It shouldn't be like it needs to be we're getting the ball and I'm attacking. It shouldn't be that much, you know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna sit here and you're gonna wrestle with Kyle Lowry, like we'll live with that. Like I'm also living with that. There's been times and I'll end on this. The bigger problem that the Celtics also struggle with is also just advantage creation and finding mismatches. Like LeBron, he's hunting smaller guards. Jimmy Butler's hunting players as well. Like when you're in the playoffs and you need those quick advantages, the Celtics struggle with that mightily, and they settle for shots that they shouldn't be settling for. And so even though, yeah, you're right, maybe they do get Jaylen Brown on a smaller defender, but you wrestling with Kyle Lowry in the post, man, like the more you wrestling, the more help being sent over, the rotating. It's like that's what I want. It needs to be like we get somebody and then get to the lane. Like that's how it should be, but they just don't do that at all.
Yeah, well, we will see tonight. Until then, we have 1 million super chats to get to, so
84.
Let's do that.
Yo, Fluent, you about to leave, Fluent?
What's that?
Are you about to leave?
Why you want me to leave?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, because you want to do my top 10 list?
I forgot about that.
Hey, no, but
what did the analytics have? What did the analytics have?
Hold up, y'all. I gotta read some of these super chats.
Yeah, no, Ron. Hey, Ron, I gotta go though. I got a meeting at 12, so I gotta run, y'all.
Be easy, big ox.
Cool. All right.
Later, ox.
Don Wick said, "Can we just respect where Denver? Can we just respect where Denver is right now instead of moving the goalposts every win? A loss is a loss, and 2-0 is 2-0.
Denver's a damn good team.
I said that they're a good team.
They're a damn good team."
Zeki Hall, hope I said that right. He said LeBron is looking like one of his number 3s on his old teams, but on higher volume.
Like Kevin Love or like Chris Bosh. That's who he said he looking like.
The Tribe One said, time to let D'Lo earn his minutes. He needs to come off the bench. Our defense is solid, but we got to be more physical than them. Lakers in
this late in the season, we doing that?
You move him to the bench. You might as well move him off the team.
This late in the season.
He cannot handle that.
David Estillo said Jokic was being surrounded with defenders in the fourth. You expect him to try to score on 2 to 3 defenders? He gave the ball to a hot Murray. Smart.
He was also making tough
it
shots.
wasn't. We just stated a fact that he didn't score in the fourth quarter. That's all. People get mad at facts for some reason.
Thickest Pilot 9 said, all I can hear is Ticket saying, "Is this your king?" When Bron missed 6 threes and an open dunk. I'm here for all the slander.
Man, the open dunk in the tip at the layup at the rim was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Not look good.
Did you see the layup at the rim? That looked like an uncle at the park. That's what that was
pretty bad.
Now we know why he does why he kicks it out when he does that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was bad. Pimp named Slickback said, new report by Keith Pompey, a Sixers insider, saying James Harden is headed back to Houston. This dude really chose strip clubs and honey buns over wins.
But he's not. Don't act like Houston can't win with James Harden. Don't do that.
No. But that reporter is also like one of the most unreliable.
Okay.
They can hold on. You think that Houston can win with James Harden?
You have James Harden, who can just become point guard. You have Jalen Green, who's the second coming of Michael Jordan. You have Sengun, who's the second
so now you say it. So now you say it.
Like, what we doing?
We got you. No, we got you.
No, he got you. Clip it. Jalen Green is the second coming of Michael Jordan.
He said it before.
Oh my God.
Yes. Can't believe he said that.
It's still possible. It's still possible.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, ain't it crazy how Ari Spears gives all that praise to Jimmy Butler, but won't give Jokic his due credit till he wins? Jimmy 5 years older too.
But Jimmy made the finals that one time.
Yeah, he makes the finals. That's when.
I mean, yeah, that one time. Allen Iverson gets.
It looked like it might have been twice though. In all honesty.
Nah, Boston in five.
My goodness, with the super chat said it's simple. Lakers were not playing to their strengths by not getting downhill in the fourth.
Fair.
No. LeBron looked like he was going downhill.
Oh man.
J. Dot said, why does it feel like nobody in the NBA community can just admit that Denver might just be the superior team? There's so many excuses for the Lakers.
Most of us are saying that. Yeah, most of us are saying that, yeah.
Don Wick said, y'all talk like Jokic hasn't averaged 27, 12, and 7 hit for his playoff career. Had no help the last 2 playoffs and putting up historic numbers this playoffs.
We're not going to let you disrespect for Facundo Campazzo, bro. We're not going to let you do that. That's a very good player.
That's for Dell, because Dell is an interesting character, man.
Listen. I don't even know. I get how Dell is on this show, but you can't listen to anything Dell says. He's got Larry Bird at 186, and he's dead serious about it. Like, you can't
at 3.
I think that's a valid separation.
Yeah, no, you don't.
No, you don't. All right, Ron, because he's trolling.
No, you don't.
Okay.
David Estillo with another super chat said, ask Ticket if he expects Shaq to take over in the fourth quarters when Kobe was hot in the fourth quarters. Murray was seeing single coverages. Smart to give him the ball.
No, Kobe just saved Shaq. That's what was happening.
Ethan, a depressed Cavs fan, said pretty random, but Marz, can you do an American accent?
Oh, wow.
Can you? No.
Can you do an American accent?
There's no such. What's an American accent? You all sound different.
An American accent.
That is true. That is true.
We all,
we don't say process. We say process.
No, I say process.
You just say it wrong.
Yeah.
How do you say? Say process.
Process.
It's a process.
It's a process.
But can you say process?
It is a process.
I could. I'm not going to.
No,
Marz.
Yo, he donated money. He did a donation.
Low.
Trust the what, Marz?
Low.
Trust the what, Marz?
The process.
You mean the process?
No, process.
Just like
you guys, we have 72 super chats in your
No, we're not going to do it until you say process.
I just want to say one thing. Marz speaks English, and you all speak butchered English, and you're going to make him change?
No.
Exactly. I'm not switching up for you guys.
We speak Americanese. That's what we speak.
That's right. Yeah. You couldn't call it pavement. You had to say sidewalk so that you know what to do with it. Like, come on, man. Tell him, Marz.
Like
it's a waste paper basket. Why is it a waste paper basket? Because they need to be told it's for waste paper.
I speak the language correctly.
So yes, you do.
English people talk about artists who have records. They don't have records. They have records.
Say record, Marz.
Is it not process?
What, like?
So for an artist to have 3 records, as opposed to a rapper to have
a record.
A what?
A record.
Okay, so it's not records.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I've
Yo,
ever used
put
that
the
word.
L's in the chat for Marz, man. He's not gonna say process.
I'm not going to.
Put the
I
L's
dig
in the
it.
chat.
To be honest with you, Marz, I dig the English accent though. My man.
Put the L's in the chat for Marz.
I'm only with Marz because most of the things, the way Marz or the UK are said, that's the way we say it in Canada too. Like the process, the difference. We do the same thing. So
Because we're correct.
The correct way, yeah.
Yes.
Moving along, y'all. Cruiser Nation 3 said KCP and MPJ was in early foul trouble. That's why it took them a while to get going. Nuggets missed a lot of open shots as well. Nuggets fought back. Yeah,
they didn't start making the wide open threes until the fourth quarter, and then they couldn't miss. So.
No, it was third. That run, Ox is right. That run started in the third quarter.
Well, when KCP and I think
MPJ
Brown
came down and knocked down the three. Bruce Brown came down in transition, got the layup. KCP made a three as well, and then one KCP missed it, and Jokic tried to tip it back, and then that's when AD blocked it, or they called it a goaltend. But it is what it is, I guess.
It was a goaltend.
Yeah, right. Okay, whatever.
That was not a goaltend, Marz.
It was
no, it wasn't. That was
they called it a goaltend. It's a goaltend. I don't know what to do about it.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
That was a bad call, by the way. But
it was.
Continuing to keep it pushing, Vanier said, when we are comparing players, why do some go to points per games instead of just talking about their game?
You got to talk to Dell.
It's hard to talk about players' games when you don't know what you're talking about. So you just go to points per game.
And talk to Chill. The reason why you talk about points per game because a lot of these players are scorers, and that's the kind of players that we compare. So we compare scoring.
Yeah. So if you both score around
to talk to chat, who won the war? Canada won the war. It was 1812, the only time Canada America went to war, and Canada won. So shut the hell up.
And when they both and when they both score low, then we talk about other stuff. We can't just say, well, he's a better scorer than him, and then that's the end of it. Like
no, for sure. That's when we
start talking about the all defensive teams.
Yeah.
Well, but then also when both average around 20 to 30 points, that's why we compared it to, and that's why you can say that one player is as good as another one offensively.
Black Baby Jesus said, is Dame a top 5 point guard if he gets a championship?
If he's a top 5 point guard, if he gets a championship, that means Baby Jesus, he's actually close to being a top 5 point guard without the championships. And can you really justify that? Because a guy can't go from like the 30th point guard to the 3rd. That doesn't work. No.
I have him like fringe top 10 right now, and I'm not the accolade guy, so everyone knows my answer. But I don't think he's close enough to the top 5 for that to make a difference.
I don't think so either. I don't.
You shut up, Zen, before we burn down your White House again. Get out of here.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Mr. 754 said, Ticket, you don't know anything about the game.
Oh, shut up, Mr. 754. How about that? How about you zip it up?
Nothing.
We clearly don't know anything about the game. None of us do.
Cash Out Abu said Ticket is a Bucks/Sixers fan.
No, he's a Doc Rivers fan. He's not a Sixers fan.
He's a Doc Rivers. So, Doc Rivers going to Milwaukee. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, definitely a Bucks.
Marz, stop saying that. Stop speaking that into existence. Stop, bro. Stop.
Dude, did you hear Nick Nurse is interviewing for the Sixers job? There's something wrong there.
Why?
That's terrible.
Why you don't like that, Tom?
Well, one, because Nick Nurse on that team makes absolutely no sense. No sense.
I agree.
That's not a team built for Nick Nurse to lead. A guy who makes you play defense to earn minutes.
I would say defense. Yeah,
that's gonna be a problem. And two, man, the Raptors and Sixers got a little bit of heat towards each other. He's gonna be booed. Ooh, they're gonna hate him for that.
That's probably why he wants to go there.
From a coaching perspective, I don't think he must really be mad at Toronto. Put it that way.
I can see that being the case. You know how that is.
He's bitter. He's bitter.
Exactly. On top of that, though, you don't think he'll be able to go get adequate pieces for a system?
He's not a general manager.
Do I trust Daryl Morey? Do I trust Daryl Morey to get defensive pieces for Nick Nurse? No. No. Did he do it in Houston? No, it was an offensive system.
He got
Trevor Ariza, PJ Tucker.
Clint Capella.
Trevor Ariza wasn't a defensive piece.
Did he not pick Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler?
No, he wasn't there.
That was him. I'll give him a pass.
Yeah, no, he wasn't there yet.
He wasn't there yet? Okay.
No. And now that goes against his philosophy too. because he's huge on like we get stars, and that's what he wouldn't. I don't think he would have ever.
Well, he wants star, but isn't he like the analytics guy?
Yeah, but that's also why he got Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook, and he rolled the dice on that. He's heavy on.
That was on Brand. See, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
that was Elton Brand. Okay,
he's heavy on star. That's where Sam Hinkie came from as well. Like him and Sam Hinkie are huge on like getting and rotating stars. So no.
Desto said, "Been a great series so far. Maul was a god in that fourth quarter. Lakers need to be better closing games to protect their home court. Salute to the panel."
Facts.
I agree.
Donovan Samuel said, "My Lakers are in trouble. I got to tip my cap to the Nuggets. At this point, there's no margin for error for the Lakers. Not feeling good about this."
I agree.
Black Baby Jesus said, "LeBron is shooting 23% from three this playoffs. The only time it was lower was in 2014 and 15 playoffs with 22%.
I didn't even know it was that high.
I'll plead the fifth.
You don't
no way. No way, Ron.
I didn't know it was that high, to be honest with you.
It don't feel that high. You're right. It don't even feel that high. I feel like it's like 17.
He's not a good shooter. So who cares?
Ron might tell you different now.
I'm listening to Styles Black with the super chat. He said, during that draft, Coach Cal said Murray was the best player in the draft. People said he was Cap. Not looking like Cap now.
He was in 20.
Who else was in that draft?
16?
I want to say 15. Because he was on that crew. Because he was on that crew with Devin Booker. I think he was with Devin Booker. And
he played with Tyler Ulis. I know because I was watching. That was the year I was watching Kentucky a whole lot.
No, bro, he's not the best. He's got drafted in 2016.
Was it 16? I thought it was 15. I'm sorry.
16.
Who else is in there?
He's not better than Brandon Ingram. He's not better than Pascal.
Jaylen Brown was in that draft.
Jaylen Brown was in that draft. He's not better than Jaylen Brown either. So let's.
But yeah,
that's his guy. But that's his guy. That's his guy.
I think he got a little. He's not better, but he.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Pascal Siakam is better than him. Like I don't know what we're talking about, bro.
All I know is Black Baby
Brandon
Jesus.
Brandon
you
Ingram
drop the
possibly.
black because everyone knows
Pascal.
Jesus was black. You good?
I think that's up for debate with
Recency
Pascal.
bias is a beautiful thing.
It's a very beautiful thing because nobody was saying that Jamal Murray.
No one
is
said
good as
2
an
months ago
All-NBA.
that Pascal Siakam was worse than Jamal Murray, but it's fine.
Nobody, yeah.
We can read the super chats.
Jamal Murray's better 'cause he's
Sabonis was in that draft as well, and nobody doesn't believe that Jamal Murray is good as Sabonis.
Yeah. NV said, "Is Low watching Murray shots only for the 6th time or the entire game?"
I watched the entire game 3 times, and I watched Jamal Murray's shots. As soon as the game is over, I rewatch it. I watch him on stream, and there's times where I get my concentration get loose as I'm reading the chat, so I just rewatch the game immediately right after the game.
I just watched the box scores. So.
Stats Marz.
Hey, Ron.
Said,
I got to bounce. Yeah, I got to bounce. Right. Fellas, I'll see y'all Monday.
Later, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Christ said, "Can you guys accept that Denver just executes better than the Lakers? LeBron been jacking shots. AD and D'Lo been inconsistent offensively. Denver's better."
I can accept that.
Oscar Proud Jr. said, "Cap Low, you not watching full NBA games 6 times, LOL. Nuggets was off early,
not the
plus
full
foul
game.
trouble, Low, right?"
Not the full game. I watched the full game twice. I've been watching shot selections, and I'm watching them while we were talking. So yeah.
Hey, do you get because I get through where my brother works. I get the game in 45 minutes where it eliminates all the timeouts, all the whistles,
all possessions.
Yeah,
right?
all possessions. Yeah.
Just all do you get those? Because that's how I watch a lot of them, like during the regular season, because that's the only way I can watch enough.
No. What I do is I'll rewatch it and I'll just like fast forward like the free throws and what you call it. But more also, if I want to go specific plays or position, Dub and Marz has been with us when we're watching it. It's like a site called High Low, and you can specifically put in a specific player, specific play, how they shot it, like where was that? Like you can just do that and you can see like the possession.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Let's keep it pushing, fellas. Ethan said, "What happened last time Bron was down 0-2?
He got swept.
He got swept, yeah.
I don't know if that was the point he's trying to make. I don't know, but that's what
That's
happened.
a crazy point to make.
Maybe I don't know which side of the argument. That's what happens. So.
KJB Live says, shout out to the best panel in the world. Chill,
Facts.
Big Ox, Ron, Marz, Low, and the LDBC General Ticket.
Wow, that's a L. Take that off my damn screen. I don't see my name in there. Get this shit off here.
Fluent and Damo as well.
You miss a couple of days, they forget you.
Cam said Dub Jokic.
Facts.
Bite Down said, did Low have the Lakers beating the Warriors?
No, I had the Warriors beating the Lakers.
Even I had the Warriors losing.
Yeah, eventually I guess Jordan Poole and them finally decided not to show up. So there was that.
What do you mean eventually? That's what's been happening.
I know. It's tough. It's tough.
Nuance with the super chat says, should the Bulls try to make a move and get some picks, or are we stuck? Shout out the panel. Stay safe and stay dangerous.
You have DeMar DeRozan.
You were stuck when you made that trade.
Honestly, Bulls got to blow it up, no?
Yeah,
honestly,
you have DeMar DeRozan.
They have to.
Like I said, they need to blow it up. Right?
They have to blow it up. Don't they still owe San Antonio another pick because of that DeRozan trade?
Dude, they're probably still paying Luol Deng.
I think so. I mean, they just gave their pick to Orlando.
Orlando, yeah. This year's pick went to Orlando, so they go into another draft without a pick, bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you have DeMar DeRozan.
And their other picks turn out to be, well, Wendell Carter, who they drafted and sent over there, and the other one would turn out to be Franz Wagner, who they gave to Orlando.
That's tough.
That's tough, boy.
Tay Luke 777 said, gotta get Kyrie in attendance for D'Lo to play good. Shaking my head. He has to go if he stinks it up these upcoming games.
I don't know what you guys expected from D'Lo in the playoffs. I told you guys about him too.
Also, yeah, they still owe them a 2025 first rounder for DeMar. Giving up a draft pick that far away for DeMar DeRozan is insanity.
Ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
Leovold said LeBron was told to his face at 18 years old, if he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, he'd be considered a bust or overhyped.
And they were ridiculous expectations to me as well.
Exactly.
Even though I wasn't alive, but just in hindsight, to me, that's a ridiculous expectation.
And Ron, I want you to know that Marz is letting the chat know exactly how many super chats you have.
Bing bong.
Oh, sorry, that was my hat.
Assad Muhammad said a lot of people don't realize how great Ralph Sampson was before the injuries.
He was the rookie of the year. Led them to an NBA final.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Hey.
You think he led him or Hakeem? Or both?
He was the leader of the team, but Hakeem, you could argue Hakeem who was better, but he was the leader of the team. He was there first.
Oh, okay. By a year, but yeah.
NBA Lonnie said Mike Malone out here saying, put that in your pipe and smoke it. He be watching.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I instantly thought he got that from Ticket.
Ticket, yeah.
Damn, Ticket. Mike Malone quoting you.
Messi 10I said Mikal Bridges said Luka has a deeper bag than KD. Do y'all agree?
Yes.
You got
Much
that
deeper.
quick.
The answer is yes. Has to be.
Ratchet City Royalty says, salute the panel. I prefer this over ESPN and FS1.
Facts.
I'm not saying much, but thank you.
Oh, wow.
Anastius said, question for the panel. Who makes the all-terrorist team for the entirety of these playoffs? Also, how far would they go in the playoffs as a team?
Jordan Poole. Julius Randle.
Docker is coaching.
Karl Anthony Towns. So the front court has to be Julius Randle will play the 3 for this team.
Yeah.
Sabonis at the 4, Cat at the 5. That's the front court.
That's yep.
Jordan Poole can be my point guard. And then
put him at the point guard is insane.
And then at the 2, do you have to go with Dylan Brooks?
Oh yeah.
Jordan Poole, Dylan Brooks, Julius Randle, Domantas Sabonis, Karl Anthony Towns.
With Doc
and then six man can be just the Philadelphia duo, James Harden and Embiid. There you go.
Oh man,
Kevin Huerter can come off the bench too.
I'm about to say there's a name that you're missing because Kevin Huerter turned out to be a fake shooter.
A fake shooter?
Yes,
just throw Game 6 Clay on the all terrorist team too. Throw him there as well.
Another fake shooter, boy. Jesus.
You got you a 10-man rotation.
Actually, DeRozan, did they make the playoffs? They didn't make the playoffs.
No.
He would have been first ballot. First draft pick, DeMar DeRozan play.
Why you
Drake go crazy?
He's
said, will Ron make it to this super chat? P.S. Jason Tatum is still not ready for the big lights. Way too inconsistent and timid.
Drew gives a little bit too much effort defensively. That's why. Just a smidgen. It's a smidgen too much effort. But if he was like bad, because I don't even think Dylan Brooks is all that good defensively this postseason run. It's looking kind of bad for you, my boy.
Damn, Doc Rivers coaching and not Budenholzer. Ooh.
No, it's Doc.
Yeah.
It's Doc.
Yo, Paulo C. Media said, if both finish without rings, who's better, CP or Dame?
Chris Paul.
No.
I thought Marz was gonna. It is CP. Well, why not be CP?
What's that?
Why would it not be
CP?
CP?
Something
okay. I don't want to say it's CP.
Greatest said, Marz say 33 and Chill say LeBron for once.
Well, Cho's not here, so I'm not going to do the super chat without him. So
damn.
Wow.
You letting people down.
So, they said, you got 49 super chats left. So
48, 47 after this one. Mark Jackson to Boston. What you think?
Terrible.
Oh my God. Stop.
Horrible.
Jesus.
You guys keep trying to give Mark Jackson jobs, and I don't know why.
And I think people may have forgotten how bad he was. No, I think they definitely have, actually.
Well, he gets all the credit for Golden State now.
I know. Yeah, he does.
That's the narrative now.
That's sad.
I am Steven Allen said, if Wemby ain't Wilt or Kareem, he's a disappointment.
That's peak
Facts.
chat. That's
Facts.
peak chat. That's peak chat.
Tay Luke 777 said, Jokic underrated defensively, in my opinion. His play reminds me of Bill Laimbeer without the dirty plays. AD be looking soft and starts way out on the perimeter.
Man, you almost had me there, but
yeah, I don't know where the Bill Laimbeer bit came from.
You can't. I agree he's been underrated defensively, but then you said Bill Laimbeer.
I think he's a solid one-on-one like post defender. Like, I think he's always been all right. It's just the movement and the vertical.
Yeah, when I see Jokic, I completely think of Bill Laimbeer. I don't know. Yeah, that's
facts.
Without the dirty play.
Without
the dirty play.
Tay the creator, whose career, AD or Dwight?
I'd rather have AD's career.
Dwight.
AD.
Zen Masters, Black Basketball Channel, said Wemby is Ralph Sampson. That's his ceiling.
Ralph Sampson without injuries being your ceiling is pretty good ceiling.
How come every time they give a comparison, you want to take away all the negatives, take away their injuries, take away their jumping?
Because I don't want to foreshadow injuries for a player. I think it's very likely he gets hurt. I think it's very likely.
I think you need to. Like I've said before, he's got a tattoo right here that says "Buyer Beware" because he is of that frame.
He does. Or
no.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't actually have a tattoo.
Okay.
No, not.
I can't tell. Chill. Yo, Floyd. Floyd is quickly coming into the troll league, the all troll league, man. Oh man.
First team all troll league is crazy.
Yeah, bro, Jesus.
Ethan, the depressed Cavs fan, said emotional damage.
Like this?
Emotional damage.
Yeah, that's first league all troll right there. Having that on your soundboard? Yeah, that's right. You definitely first team all troll.
Lonnie Williams says, so what's your criteria? Like in depth, what do you look at? How do you judge player skills?
That was for Dell, I think.
Yeah, definitely for Dell. Dell just thinks if you are a better scorer, you're a better offensive player. That's
how long are you going with super chats? Just out of curiosity.
For a couple more minutes.
Oh, okay. I would say because I got to bounce, but I do want to get your guys' opinion on this top 10 list.
Let's do it. Let's get to it.
You want to get to it? Okay. So let me give you the quick story in case you didn't watch Fluent and Chill last night. Very, very quickly. Data scientist out of the UK, actually, Marz, you might know him, who runs a sports analytics thing. And so what they're doing is they wanted our opinion on this. They're not releasing it yet, so they gave me the first version. So they took every single statistical thing that they could find on every player that's considered kind of in the top kind of 30-ish, and they put all of this into like this 86-page algorithm. And it accounted for everything: points, rebounds, assists, defensive rating, offensive rating, competition, how many times you led the league in categories, how many votes you got for MVP, how many times you finished second, third, fourth, finals appearances, finals wins, finals losses, just everything. Now, there's no eye test, there's no emotion, there's no fandom. So it's just strictly based on every piece of statistical data they could find. And they put it into the supercomputer with this algorithm. Now, to be fair, guys like Wilt and like Bill Russell, when they didn't calculate steals and blocks,
have less
right?
stats, yeah.
They have less stats. So keep that in mind. And it came out with a top 10 list. And there's actually 11 because there was a tie. And they all got like, things are like fractions of points, right? So like if you lose in the NBA final, it's minus, but if you played well, you get adding for that. Like it literally takes everything into account. If you want the full description, go watch last night's episode of Fluent Chill. You can get the full description. So I wanted your take on knowing that now. It's just all data, no eye test, no emotion. Here's the top 11. I'm just going to read off the list. I'm curious to know your thought on it, okay? At number 11, Shaq. 10, Bird. 9, Magic. 8, Wilt. 7, Hakeem. 6, Russell. 5, Kobe. 4, LeBron. 3, Kareem. 2, Duncan. 1, Jordan.
Sounds about right to me. I don't think it's sounds about right to me.
Hold on, start from go from 1 to 10.
But I want to say this: Wilt, and especially Wilt makes up a lot of that stuff because he inflated stats. So even though you're right, there's things he didn't.
He loses some stats. They also
didn't have blocks and steals and.
But they did take into account. They did take into account, for example, like Wilt had led the league in a statistical category, specifically scoring, rebounds, and assists 19 times more than any other player. So he did get some bonus for that.
He's making up for that. If you score 50, you're making up for the lack of blocks.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're making up for
I don't think that list is that bad.
So you want from 1 to 11? I'll give you 1 to 11.
Yeah.
All right. So at 1, Jordan. 2, Tim Duncan. 3, Kareem. 4, LeBron. 5, Kobe. 6, Russell. 7, Hakeem. 8, Wilt. 9, Magic. 10, Bird. 11, Shaq.
So that explains the title of Fluent and Chill last night.
Yeah, because the thing was, the reason we said Tim Duncan the GOAT is because I asked him to do some changes, and I said, what if Chris Bosh doesn't get that rebound and kicks it out to Ray Allen for that 3, and the Spurs win that series and he's 6-0, and they're like, well, if he's 6-0 and wins the Finals MVP, he's won.
Damn, so Ray Allen really saved.
So according to the
just
algorithm,
Tim Duncan's
fractions of points, right? He becomes 1.
I don't think
to
that list was
be
that
honest with you, it's not a horrible list at all. Also, Wilt, if you put things thoroughly into context, Wilt easily probably could not be in the top 10, and if that's the case, then that's not a bad top 10 at all.
I don't think it's bad.
I've definitely heard worse.
What I loved was when I went through it after he told me that, I was like, Duncan too, you're nuts. But then I went and looked, I'm like, man, we talked about the top 10. Everyone has him in the top 10, but it's kind of like an afterthought. Like maybe he is top 5. Maybe he should be in the conversation a little bit more.
Top 5.
I have him top 5.
You have him top 5?
Is he ever Magic yet?
Marz, let's calm down for a second. Jesus. Marz, you're asking me a lot of these questions.
That's not my list because I love Magic. To have him at 9 is crazy to me, but
Magic is also lower just because he got his career cut short. Because if it wasn't for the disease, he clearly could have played another 2 to 3 more years at a fairly high level.
So you're absolutely right. So it also takes into account, and this is why I said it was so crazy. The algorithm took into account how many years you played, how many games you played in those years. So like, if you play 82 games, you get a bonus versus, if you only played 60 games in a season. But your longevity was put into there as well as your durability. So playing 15 years at 60 games a year versus playing 12 years at 80 games, hey, that might even out. I don't know the exact math, but
I got you. Yeah,
all that stuff. So I thought it was really interesting because I don't think we give Duncan enough love. And this
I've been saying that for like the past 8 months now, so I agree. It's not that bad of a list, in all honesty. It's not. It's not.
I don't think it's that bad.
I thought David Robinson, because David Robinson,
he's like the advanced analytic.
Yeah, David Robinson is the advanced analytic god, so that's why I thought.
But this takes advanced analytics, basic analytics, like all of that, your opponents, your teammates, all of that into account. So it was pretty. Like he showed me the stack of paper. Literally, there was 86 pages of this algorithm. I'm like, okay, stop. It was an hour and 45-minute conversation. At about an hour, I'm like, dude, you got to stop again.
But I do think if you ask most people to name the 11 greatest players of all time, they'd name those 11 guys. The order would probably be different, but I think those are the 11 guys they'd name.
Curry would be in there.
Well, here's the interesting part. Shaq, who was 11, got let me just see a score of, it was like 50 point something. So I said, well, give me a couple of these other names. I said questions. I said, like, and I asked Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Steph.
Elgin Baylor. Oh, okay.
I was curious where Baylor would stand. Baylor had Baylor not even close, 13 point something. So he's not even in the conversation.
0-7 in the finals,
which hurt him. Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
Jerry West, 29 point something. So even not even like just over half of what Shaq got. And Curry, 27.
That makes sense. Where's
KD? Curry's not. Stop. No, I only asked some people with a legit argument.
Exactly.
I know Jim Baylor.
The problem with Curry is like if it's a lot of games played, if games played is a part of it, Curry still has not cracked the 1,000 game mark. I think almost all of those players that you just named, except for Bird. I think Bird also hasn't cracked it, which probably is why he's lower. But I think all the players have cracked. Maybe I'll check Magic, but Curry hasn't even cracked 900 games yet. Like that's
I think that's why and it said this is a career thing, not a peak thing. So the longer you play does help, and why most of them obviously people who finish their careers versus active players. I thought it was it's not
that bad of a list. It's
not bad. So
it's not
I'll
shout out to the stats, man.
They want to release it. They're going to do like a full release and stuff. So.
Magic has played over 900 games, and Bird is 3 games away from 900. So they both have played. I think Curry in another year or two, if they do it again, Curry will probably
bumps up. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We got to end it now. Open Gym is next. You will see this guy right here in his nasty running mate. Stick around.